working wise. Grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple eyes. You can't see me, you Stevie. Wondering how I reach more evolutions than Evie. And make it look easy. Man, dream on, yeah. Dream on, Dreamweaver.
What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It is your boy, Ernie, the Blerd Without Fear. Got the homie Carter presents. Welcome to episode, good God, dude, Carter, did you know, I don't know if you knew this, we are on episode 328. I just saw it up here on the screen. 328 of the Blerd Cave, which, by the way, if y'all don't know, is the #1 comic book news stream on this or any other Earth in the multiverse that you can find, not just here on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Apple. I don't know, anywhere. Yeah, anywhere a good podcast may be found. So if you do, make sure you leave us a rating. Man, Carter, we have a pretty fun show for you today. This is going to be interesting because this is kind of a reminder of what era of comics we are in right now. I don't know if y'all know this, and I think we might have talked about this before, maybe, possibly. And I kind of forgot about it until me and Carter were talking about some books that came out this week. But we are in that era where in order to give LCS, your local comic shops their chance to get those early sales. Some books are releasing later in digital as opposed to releasing day and date with basically case in point. I got a couple of titles here. The Power Fantasy number 13, I believe it is 13. Yeah,
yes,
13.
it is.
And we got the also by Kieran Gillen, Die Loaded #1. Neither one of these came out in digital this week. They actually come out next week. So we're not really gonna be showing you a whole heap of a lot from these, but these are some things I kind of did want to gloss over a little bit just because there were some funny things that happened that And we'll probably go more in depth when they actually release digitally, and I can actually show you a little bit more like up close. But yeah, remember when we said last week that like you can't talk about any later issues of the Power Fantasy without like just spoiling the whole shit out of the book?
Yeah.
This issue literally, I can't. There's nothing I can tell you about this book just without giving the whole game away.
Yeah.
But the main thing you guys probably saw, actually two main things. I didn't put it in the thumbnail, but they're there. We also had gotten Batman. We also got Batman Static Beyond. This is a book that we had kind of, I guess, yeah, we kind of talked about it like some, man, I feel like it's been some months.
We talked about it before we knew definitively that Evan Narcisse was writing it, because I was under the impression that this was written and drawn by Nicholas Draper Ivey.
Nope. This is it's Evan Narcisse is actually on the writing. Nick is doing the art. I don't know if is Nick. That's something I actually did not look at. Is Nick co-writing? Because I know sometimes he co-writes, but regardless of the situation, no, okay, yeah, he is doing he is providing some of the writing as well. So there you go. But it's out. And we can talk about it. Another thing that came up too was Gargoyle's Fantastic Four. This is the Dynamite side of the equation. And there was also the first issue of Godzilla versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out this week too. Though we're probably not going to talk about it because I didn't read it. There was just way too much shit going on. But yeah, we got this one too. We might talk about this one a little bit. This was like a crossover heavy week. It's like goddamn, all the crossover books are happening. But
one you forget.
Oh wait, what was the other one?
You know why you forgot it? Because I don't think it came out in stores. I think it was one of those fucking Infinity comics. You also didn't talk about maybe you didn't even know.
Probably not.
Thor and Shazam came out this week.
Oh yeah, you know what? So man, because I just so freely associate Shazam with Zachary Levi now, I just don't think about Shazam anymore.
I think I know how I can change your mind.
What's that?
This Infinity comic was written by Al Ewing.
Okay, you got me. You got me. Okay, fine. I'm in. I'm back. I'm here for it.
Anybody that wants to see how Al Ewing is going to write Billy Bats, you can see that on Infinity this week. Why you wouldn't put that on the shelf in stores is beyond me.
I don't get it. I do not get it. Also, you want to talk about some weird shit? Not related to any of this. When I was in the shop this week, I saw there was a Void Rivals #1. Like, it was a reprint, obviously, but it was like a special edition. Like, it was like all polybagged and shit, but it had like a poly bag where like you couldn't see what was. I guess it's almost like a blind bag, but only it's a blind bag where you know what's inside of it. Well, apparently it came with like some kind of audio file that like. And because I just said, I said, fuck it. Let me bring it up here to the counter and ask my guy behind the counter, like, hey, what the fuck is in this? Like what's in this bag? Like, is this something I should care about? Is this something that I, as a Void Rival stan, should give a shit about? And basically they're like, yeah, it's just an audio file. Like, it's probably like from like the old cartoon or some shit. I was like, put this shit back on the shelf. Put it back on the shelf. I don't want it no more.
Did you hear? Only because you brought up Blind Bag. Did you hear the Daredevil news?
No, what happened?
Stephanie Phillips is going to be taking over Daredevil with Lee Garrett or Garbett.
I don't know why. Lee Garbett. Yeah,
that name is he. They did the Big Burn, which is the distillery book I was talking about in the Discord. They did that. They did. I'm going to describe this how I think it was Trap God Thanos described it, or somebody else described it in the Discord. Lee Garbett also did Uncanny Spider-Man, but how people in the Discord describe it, that book where Silver Sable was getting a back blown out by Nightcrawler. So yeah, they also did the art for that one.
Oh, and God, I forgot about that.
They're going to be releasing. They're going to be releasing like True Believer variant. So it's a blind bag for a Daredevil comic.
Oh my God, I'm done. I'm done. I mean, yeah, I'll check it out. I hope it's good. That's all I care for.
Grimm is still going. Grimm is still an enjoyable book.
I'm about to say, didn't they just say the final chapter came out this week? I saw the final. I didn't know
it was the final chapter.
That's what the solicit said. So
okay.
Look, hey, y'all, I am happy to be fucking wrong. Okay, I would be happy to be wrong because I do think Grimm is Grimm number 25, the final chapter of the series. So there you go.
And I'm gonna tell you why I'm cool with that. Because that's a Boom Studios book. And Boom does those big ass hardcovers. So I don't mind that this is the final chapter because that means all I got to worry about is 2 of these big ass Boom hardcovers on a shelf somewhere. I'm cool with that. Just 2. That's fine. Yeah. Do I think honestly, Al Ewing?
Yeah,
somebody
25 is a good place to end.
Yeah. If that's, and I hope it's not a situation like the Power Fantasy where we can end it here, but it's a lot more story. Hopefully, with Grimm. And that being 25 issues, she had her beginning, middle, and an end.
Can I keep it a buck?
Focused.
Can I keep it a buck? I feel like we passed that point.
What do you mean?
There was a point earlier in the series, like obviously not. I'm not super early, but like kind of like past the 10s, like when they were like in the teens. I was like, I feel like the book could have ended like right here.
Oh wow, okay.
But yeah, like I said, I'm not saying bad. I'm saying just like I was like, that's why like when it came back, I was like, word. I was like, there's more. I was like, I thought we were done.
Hey, you know what? I guarantee you, people thought the same thing about Berserker. Lord Jesus, how many tie-in books or side spinoff books have we gotten of Keanu Reeves shenanigans? So,
man, what you just said. Oh, but yeah, the Al Ewing thing. Has he beaten the streak? Has he beaten his losing streak?
I did enjoy Thor Shazam. You know what? No, fuck it. We're not gonna do that. I think the losing streak is still a thing because this is totally me coming from a hater perspective. Yes, Al Ewing is still on his losing streak. Why? Because Eddie Brock Carnage ended this week with issue 10.
Yeah.
And
Venom is still
you can
going.
clearly dog. You can clearly tell the better book still had more story they could have gone with. Now I see why Charles Soule said what he said to me at Comic-Con this year. I'm gonna tell Ernie when we off camera. But
gotcha. Yeah. Please.
But yeah, dude. So yeah, coming from a hater perspective, no, Al Ewing, he's still losing with that all new Venom because we lost Eddie Brock Carnage, which is some shit I never thought in the history of niggerdom I would ever say praising a Carnage book. But
y'all have no idea how much he does not like Carnage. Y'all have no idea.
Lord Jesus.
Well, no. Here's my thing. I can make a case for why he's still on the losing streak, despite the fact that he has other books that I think are good. Because Absolute Green Lantern is still a thing, and I'm still enjoying Absolute Green Lantern. But because he is still on is it still all new Venom, or is it just Venom now? Are we still?
I think it's still all new, but they're going to change it. But they are going to change it to Venom. They're going to they're just going to call it Venom.
Yeah,
when he gets his like new Spider-Man suit or something other.
Yeah, because they've gone back to original like legacy numbering. I noticed this week, like it was like because I looked up, it was like, oh, Venom 270. I was like, excuse me. I was like, God damn, Al Ewing been cranking them out. And then I was like, oh yeah, because they went back to legacy numbering. What's up, Gavin? What's going on, pimp? What's going on?
Bro, you know what's crazy about this whole conversation though is we're talking about Venom. And I'm pretty sure it's because we're talking about Carnage, but what happened with Immortal Thor? Like we did not mention Immortal Thor at any point in this whole convo. So no. Maybe he really is on his losing streak if we ain't talking about Thor at all.
Well, here's the thing. So what happened with Immortal? So I don't know if you know this. So Immortal Thor ended, and a new book sprung out of it called Mortal Thor.
Yes, I do know about that. Okay.
I have not read it. It's one of those books where, okay, so earlier we were talking about books that I think are better read all in one sitting. I feel like Immortal Thor is one of those books because, like, I think that's the reason why I don't have as much of a problem with Immortal Thor as some other people do, is because I usually let Immortal Thor stack up. And then I read that bitch because, like, I know better. Like and also I'm gonna tell you another reason why I think it's doing that is because Al Ewing tried to do this deconstructionist thing with Norse mythology, and a lot of people weren't ready for it. And I noticed it by going back and looking at comments from my videos where I was covering Immortal Thor. A lot of people were confused by how he was blending actual Norse mythology with the original journey into Mystery Comics and then kind of finding like a happy medium somewhere in the middle. A lot of people didn't realize what he was doing with that. I didn't even realize what the fuck he was doing with that at first. And like when he was doing the whole was it Utgard Thor or whatever the fuck he was called? Like
Loki and stuff, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you how not up to speed on Norse mythology I was. Like, I know like cursory, like basic ass Norse mythology, but like I didn't know, not fully, until like that book came out that was actually a thing from Norse mythology. Like the whole Utgard Thor, Utgard Loki, stuff like that. And what Al was doing, you could kind of see it in some of the stories. There was one where it was like, oh, Thor and Loki are traveling. They meet the giant and, the whatever the fuck. And they end up meeting Utgard, Loki, yada, yada, yada. Well, that was actually a retelling of a story from Journey into Mystery, which is also a retelling of a story from Norse mythology. But because Thor takes such liberties with Norse mythology, I think people seeing Al Ewing trying to like make the two a little bit closer or kind of have a little bit of parody, I think it fucked people's heads up. It's kind of like, you remember when Thor Ragnarok came out and when they saw what Thor looked like on there and how he acted, and people were like, oh, no, dude, that's not how Thor's supposed to act. And it's like, no, that's exactly how he's supposed to act. Like that's what Norse Thor, like actual like mythology accurate Thor. I was like, honestly, he was still a little bit nicer than what Thor is typically depicted. I've seen very rare do you see Thor depicted as he actually is in Norse mythology in comics. Like Sandman is one of the few instances in mainstream comics where you see that shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I ain't mean to spend much fucking time on that bullshit. Anyway, point of the matter is, yes, he is still in the losing streak. I love him to death. He's still until he stops writing Venom, till he moves on from Venom and he's only writing just amazing, or either that or the books he writes that are amazing are higher in number than the books he's writing that are just kind of like eh. Like you get him.
Let's do it like this.
Yeah.
Because you said something there where you said that with Immortal Thor, you have to kind of let it stack. And I'm looking at the chat right now, and it seems like there are some people that are going to agree with that. Gotta tell you something. You didn't have to let Immortal Hulk stack.
No,
every one of them goddamn issues was hitting.
Well, you know what? I will tell you this though, and this I'm gonna say something controversial. Immortal Hulk, you didn't have to trade weight on Immortal Hulk, but I will tell you, all those stories made a whole heck of a lot more sense if you just read it all. Like not saying read it all in one sitting, but like I noticed that like because when Immortal Hulk first came out, I was reading it week to week, but then like after a while, like when it started getting into all that like Kabbalah mysticism and shit, I'm not gonna lie, it fucking lost me. Like when it started, are you Golachab or are you? I was this was me. I was like LeBron James grabbing my bag and be like, all right, let me get on up out of here real quick. But no,
reading this X-Men by Al Ewing omnibus and think about Immortal Hulk, especially with Sword, because this omnibus starts with Sword. It was like when you and a girl first start dating and y'all are getting close. So she'll walk around the house naked, maybe nudge your arm, letting you know I'm ready to get off this couch and go get to getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how Sword and Immortal Hulk are to me. But then you move to Venom and then you move to Immortal Thor. It's like, well, we've been in this relationship for some years now. Now she don't really walk around the house naked. Now she kind of like poots around me and stuff because we've been together so long. Her snores aren't as cute to me anymore. I kind of want her to get off that pillow because she kind of drooling on it, and this is my favorite pillow because it's the coldest one. That's where we are right now. We in that phase where y'all got some time in. So now it's time for me to get real comfortable around you right now. So that's the era I think we are in with Al Ewing books right now.
He's like, look, man, I got y'all niggas with that Mighty Avengers, that Immortal Hulk, and that Ultimates. I got y'all ass. Y'all ain't going nowhere now. He said, y'all to put a ring on it. Y'all done fucked up. No, I still love Al Ewing. I think he's great. He's like, and truth be told, just on the conversations I've had with people who have had conversations with him, he seems like a pretty delightful person. Yeah. That said, I do think that I'm interested to see, just based on the fact that like it seems like he's putting a lot of love into what he's doing over at DC with Absolute Green Lantern. Like he has put a lot of thought into the Absolute Green Lantern books. Like when I say a lot of thought, I mean a lot of thought.
They really gave him carte blanche to just build this up. Like from your video that just came out this week, where you go into details about the first couple of issues and how we're doing the colors this go around. Like this is his baby that he is building up. I like when you talked a little bit about issue number 7, because man, had I not watched your video, and this is not me praising, I try not to because he has a very big head. Watching your video before I watched the video, I read issue number 7. Because you and I talked about issue number 7 because we had a certain comment we made about it. Reading that one and how well done it was, where it's bringing in the different spectrums while also talking about how Joe was brought up. I almost feel like that should have been the issue to start everything because it feels like a number one almost.
It does,
And that was a
actually.
really good number one. So everything that came before it, I wish kind of came after.
You know what
If
it
that makes
is? I'm going to tell you what it is. Al Ewing is in his time-displaced era, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
So remember what you and I, one of the core criticisms you and I had about All New Venom was that if they just would have dropped this whole bullshit mystery thing, and I can actually confirm that the whole, hey, let's pretend that it's going to be one of these four people and they'll never actually be one of these four people. It'll be someone else we never advertised. That is 100% not Al Ewing's fault. He had nothing to do with that. That was Marvel editorial and marketing that did that to him, which I think actually put his book behind the 8 ball. And I do remember you and I both saying, if they just would have led with it, like, hey, it's Mary Jane. And then what was the issue number 6 of the All New Venom series when they actually explained why she is New Venom? If they would have led with that issue, I think a lot more people would have been more open to as opposed to being told one thing and then find out that it's going to be something else. Like they basically pulling a bait and switch, which I think like I don't know who in Marvel needs to hear this. Controversy does not always generate cash.
Oh, they finna ignore the fuck out of you because of that Ultimate shit. I guarantee you, everybody buying Ultimates now they know it's ending.
Oh yeah. Well, and there's still people who are like, no, it ain't ending. The bullshit.
It trips me out every time I see that post online somewhere. Is it really ending? Like y'all still doing it now, bro? Yes, exactly. Deck it out. That's the era we're in right now. Because you got to remember, the good old days with Sword and X-Men Red and Immortal Hulk. She would come, she would say hey to you in the morning, give you a kiss on the cheek, wrap your arms around her while she cooking breakfast, put her on the counter. Now she burping around you, and it be them real disrespectful burps. Her legs all on you. When you like your legs hurt. Like stop that shit. The hair is sharp, and now she just using up all the toilet paper. You just bought the whole thing. That's where we at right now. That's real. Now I do think there's a turnaround. I think there's a turnaround because I was the one constant between Ernie and I that said that Absolute Green Lantern to me was at the back of the line with Absolute Flash. This 7th issue really made me want to read more of this book. So now I'm kind of putting it toward the front with Batman and Wonder Woman. So this book I think this was a really good just 7th issue for me. I just wish it had come.
Well,
I really wish it had come earlier.
This here, let me see. I got it somewhere over here. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, bam. This one, which I got a video coming up for this one. But yeah, what I liked about this is that Al Ewing found a way to take old Green Lantern stories, like old Green Lantern iconography and plot points and tropes and shit, and flip them on their head. Because one of the things I love about this is that, all right, so in Absolute Universe, Hal Jordan is the Black Hand. But here's the funny thing about that. The Black Hand is also in this issue, and it's not Hal Jordan. It's the actual original Black Hand.
Yep.
But he's not the Black Hand.
Yeah. And that's the issue I've been talking about this whole time. I don't know why I thought it was the 7th issue. I was talking about the 8th issue.
Yeah,
it's 8th issue. That's the one that's really made me come on board with Green Lantern.
And you know what I love? I love how like y'all might be able to see it. See how it says like a new story starts here? Which is kind of nasty because it's kind of like, well, shit, this is where it should have started.
I really feel like that 8th issue. My bad for everybody that was listening. I was not talking about the 7th issue. I was talking about issue 8. Issue 8, I think, should have been issue 1.
Well, because it gives you such a good jumping on point.
Yeah,
it gives you such a good jumping on point for the story and kind of telling you more about why is Jo the way she is? Is her origin the exact same origin she has in the main continuity universe? Does she have the same things? Like there, like man, I don't want to say this, and I hate that Al Ewing keeps making me do this. So Al Ewing is one of the few white men in this universe who actually knows how to respectfully address you writing non-white characters in ways that feel authentic and addressing issues that non-white people deal with.
Dog. You know, okay. Full transparency. So I read it on Amazon because DC and Marvel, they will release their books digitally on time, unlike some fucking people out here where it still got pre-orders up for some shit on Amazon when the book already been out. But I digress. I'm not angry.
Neither here nor there.
But that cop who made that comment he made to her about her daddy. I was completely surprised that Al Ewing wrote
He went there. Also, how her dad responded to how she responded to that situation and everything that was going on with John. In that, and the reason why I say that I don't like saying that is because it feels. It's one of those things like it's rare. It's a rare thing that it happens, and I hate that I have to point that out because I can tell you right now. Go back and read NYX. Go back and read NYX and witness a conversation between two black characters who rarely interact with one another.
How you don't do something.
Right. Like I'm sorry. I love Colin Kelly and Jackson Lanzig, but I just swear to God, I don't think they have any black friends. I'm sorry.
Reason number 17. Them two not coming on Blerd Without Fear.
Hey, they can come on and defend themselves. They can show me receipts. They can show me pictures of them next to their black friends. I don't know. But no, it's like, hey, two Negroes that have never met before, or they've met before, but two Negroes that have barely shared 10 words between them in all the history of publication that they have shared together. And what are we going to make them do when they finally have a meaningful opportunity to have a conversation, have dialogue with each other? We're going to make them fight. We're going to make them fight.
With saying that, I don't want you all trying to call Ernie out, whoop, blah, 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 because this is not the first time that he has said this. No. You know where else we said this? A very bad book by the name of Icon versus Hardware, and that was written by black folks. So I don't want to hear anybody trying to drag him because of the Colin Kelly Jackson Lanzig one. It's just that's the most recent one, and that's the one that was just as bad as Icon versus Hardware.
And I said it. And here's the thing is, I kept that same energy. With Icon versus Hardware because one of the things I said is in a universe where these two heroes have not really had much interaction, I find it really funny that the first time that they have to actually interact with each other, it has to be antagonistic. Where in the original Milestone universe from the 90s, they didn't fight each other when the way they were treated in the original Milestone universe, they were treated as friends, kind of in the same way that Batman and Superman have like a friendship where even outside of costume, they talk to each other. They have conversations. And while they don't necessarily agree on how to get shit done, very similar to Batman and Superman, it's never a clash of ideals so strong that they have to fight each other the second they clap eyes on one another. Like they see each other and immediately you hear the Metal Gear Solid like no, it ain't that. They ain't the alert doesn't go off. It's not like, oh man, shit, I gotta go run hide in a cardboard box or some bullshit. No, it just they know that like they even oh man, I didn't really plan to spend as much time on this, but you know what? But since we are going to be talking about Static, and Batman Beyond, the whole Batman Static Beyond of it all, I actually do feel like let me do my due diligence, because technically this is all kind of in the same place, and it's all going to make sense maybe once I get where I'm going. So when Icon and Hardware, when they encounter one another, here, and actually I have these are some perfect, I would actually say absolutely perfect panels that I'm about to pull up. Let's see here. Here we go. Bam, right here. So, this is a conversation. Here, let's pull this up. This is a conversation here. At first, you don't really recognize who he is talking to. At first, when you read this issue, it's not.
It's Victor Timely.
Right. It's like, hey, man, what's Victor Timely doing in Milestone? But no, like you sit here, you look, it's like, like he says, oh, hey, yeah, man, Metcalf here. He's like, and you hear whoever's on the other end says, I called to congratulate you on your promotion. He's like, oh, now here's the thing. Look what he says. Oh, it's you. Scroll down. We're still now. I want you to know who we're talking to here. This is Hardware. If you couldn't tell by the costume right there, this is Hardware who we see depicted here. And you see the person on the phone says, hey, it appears you were correct to reject my offer to get out of your contract with Alva. Now you're perfectly positioned to bring his evil to a halt once and for all. And then Hardware goes says, look, I haven't had time to work on fixing your thing for a while, maybe in a couple of weeks. So if that's why you called, and then you flash over to this moment where like, oh, this is who's on the other side of the phone. This is the first time we actually see these characters interacting with one another in the original Milestone universe. Is it antagonistic? No. Are they like ready to fight each other at the drop of a hat? No. It doesn't seem like they get along. Kind of. It doesn't seem like they're bosom buddies, but I mean, it doesn't seem like they hate each other either.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he's like, yeah, like, look. Even right here, what does Icon say? No, Curtis, it isn't. I appreciate the work you've been doing for me. Basically implying they have had a long-standing working relationship where Hardware has been helping Icon on the slick without really making a huge deal about it. And then, like, when you go over to, there's another issue, I believe, where they get they have a spoiler alert for a book that's been out for 5 ever, but there's a funeral that comes up, and basically this is these two characters sitting in the same car with each other. They're not angry with each other. They're not ready to fight. They're not ready to throw hands because somebody came to his city and he don't appreciate it because he ain't check in with me first. It's one of those things where like that's why I rolled my eyes so hard. Like, I rolled my eyes so hard, you could literally hear my eyeballs moving inside of the sockets. You could hear the liquid lubricating my eyeballs as if they were moving from one side to the other. That's why. That is why I don't like Icon and Hardware. Or Icon versus Hardware. Yeah.
My whole point being, don't try to make this seem like he's just dunking on Colin Kelly and Jackson Lanzig.
No,
it was Reggie Hudlin fucked up there too. Yes. That was the main point I was getting at here.
Yes,
and you're absolutely 100%. Right. Al Ewing is doing it. Kieran Gillen is doing it, and they're not looking at these are just characters in a story, and I can put certain experience.
This isn't Brian Azzarello levels of fuckery, okay?
No, this is just treating people like they're people, and there are other people that treat those people really nasty way, but I don't want to get into it because issue 8, if Ernie's going to do a video on it, absolutely. I actually want to see if you're going to touch on what we talked about.
Oh, yeah. Look, man, Joe Messy. That's all I'm gonna
Taxi
say.
Cab Confessions is all I'm gonna say to that one.
Bruh,
Good Lord,
look.
that needs to be the real title of Absolute Green Lantern issue. Taxi Cab Confessions.
Lord, man, that man gotta get his seats changed.
That boy said, "Do they rep different sets?" According to Reggie Hudlin in the new Milestone, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Look, the motherfuckers was like, wait. You from Uptown? Oh no. See, we got to fight, man. We got to fight. Come on, square up.
No. You know what? Yes, it is. That's exactly what it is. And the funny part about it is, it's one-sided. It's very one-sided. Because it's hardware. Hey, bro, where you from? Oh, you from over there?
Oh yeah, come on. We got
come
to
on.
come on. Look, you know what's that mean where dude get down low? And he's like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Let's go. What you got?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's literally hardware. Reggie Hudlin had hardware basically set tripping on somebody that didn't even know what set tripping was.
Right? So. It's true though. Here's my thing. Here's the real beef with this is that it was unnecessary. If you wanted to have Icon and hardware square off, have it be for like some legitimate thing. Because really, the only reason Icon is involved in Icon versus hardware is because hardware, a guy who is supposed to be so intelligent, so cool, calm, and collected, a guy who was so cool, calm, and collected that when his white boss, his Dodecahedron boss decided to fire him and then pin the big bang on him, this dude was so cool, calm, and collected. This man went on Harrison Ford in the fugitive levels of On the Run, kicked off a whole superhero era for himself, helped out Static while he was doing it, and also got both his I get in this particular universe, the whole thing between him and Baraki and Tiffany, he had a whole love triangle going on. He squared that shit down. But nah, he gonna draw a line at Icon. That Icon was the bridge too far for hardware.
It's still fresh in my mind because, like I was telling Ernie before we started the show, I just felt like rereading Icon and Rocket season 1, and that's why this conversation is so funny because it's all still fresh in my noodle. But I don't even want to get into that kung fu treachery. The whole point that Ernie was trying to make here is basically Al Ewing has no qualms about writing these characters, and they don't sound like caricatures, or they're not made to be antagonistic for good damn reason. Now, Milestone Universe as a whole is pretty much dead, with the exception of the book that Ernie just had in his hand right there. Batman, Static, Beyond, #1, Evan Narcisse, Nicholas Draper Ivy. It says it's an Elseworld story. It's 20 years into the future.
Yes.
Even though when you're reading it, it clearly seems like they took some cues from the Milestone shit that just got the boot.
Yeah,
since they drug everybody in Milestone into main continuity now. If you're reading those books,
oh my god! I want to say so. Okay, Carter. I don't know if you've kept up with this. But have you been reading the new history of DC Comics? Have you checked out any of that? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what they did. So right now, and we kind of have to go over this in order to talk about this book and why some things are the way they are. We have to talk about it because some of you may or may not be aware that in the Mark Waid of DC Comics, he basically came in and put together a mini-series that acts as I actually can't wait till this gets collected as like a hardcover, like or a trade or something, because I think it's going to be very useful for people to have, because DC's always like fucking with their continuity. Well, basically when they did the new history of DC Comics #1, Carter, do you know what DC did that was, I don't want to say revolutionary, but was really an interesting thing for them to do. It was that.
I didn't know what they did. I just didn't read it, but I know what they did.
Oh, okay.
I was shocked that they did, to be honest.
Right. So, for those who weren't keeping up, they codified Milestone Media into DC Comics. Now, here's the funny thing about it. When they released the first issue, it was difficult to say whether it was the original Milestone Media, like Dakotaverse, or was it the rebooted Dakotaverse? Now, we know definitively what it is now because of some things that have been said in these books later, but what they did was, and the reason why I was kind of iffy is because depending on whether you're reading the original Milestone Media books or you're reading the reboots, Icon crash lands in Georgia in different years. Like it's a difference of like a handful of years, but like it's enough to be to let you know there's a difference. So Icon exists in DC Comics now. He is codified into it, but not only is he codified into it, so too is the rest of the Milestone universe, because I think it was by issue 3 we got the inclusion of Static. And yeah, right. and here's the thing. And this is where we learned that DC is on that new milestone, because you can see it right here. The U.S. government teamed up with Dakota City's Alva Industries to create a new generation of superpowered soldiers. Their Quody Fingers test run, however, backfired dramatically when tear gas laced with Alva's proprietary Q juice was used to subdue a group of young protesters. Now, this is the, I guess, like, where we talk about the Big Bang in regards to Milestone Media and the Dakotaverse. This is where the Big Bang happens in the rebooted universe. In the original universe, it was during a gang meeting that went south when police showed up and started shooting tear gas in. Same, like, I guess, origin point, but different location and setup. So now we know, and this is issue 3 of the new history of DC Comics. I did a video for it, kind of talking about it and my greater feelings about how Milestone Media has been handled up to this point. I highly recommend go check it out. But because I actually say some things that might piss some people off. That said, it goes on to not only codify Static, but also the Blood Syndicate. And I believe even the Shadow Cabinet is, the Shadow Cabinet is also brought in as they bring up Rocket. They go through the whole Alva thing. And what was it? What was Alva's thing? The system, so on and so forth. All of that stuff is now codified into the DC Comics universe. Something I have been kind of pontificating was going to happen at some point because of some conversations that I have seen being had on social media, where Reggie Hudlin and Dennis Cowan have both openly talked about the fact that they have had meetings with James Gunn about the Milestone Media universe, because what else would they be fucking talking about? But when that happened, and because there was, James Gunn said originally there was going to be a lot of parity between the comics and the movies and TV shows and stuff, I was like, well, I said, DC, the only way they would be able to do this is if Milestone actually said, all right, here, we in there. Because it's more on, I don't know if people know this, it ain't up to DC Comics. It's up to Milestone. Yep.
Can you take the one real quick?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. But yeah, that, just so y'all know, it's more up to them than it is up to anybody else. That said, well, what does that have to do with this? Well, what it has to do with this is that some of you, if you kept up with the I think it was a Milestone 30th anniversary. I might be misremembering the whole thing. Yeah, it was a Milestone 30th anniversary one-shot. They had a backup story in that book, which effectively acted as kind of an annual, but I mean, it was an anniversary issue. But some of you may or may not remember there was a backup story in that book. Not a particularly long one, I don't think. Or maybe it wasn't. It might have been in some. Oh yeah, it wasn't that one. They had a Batman Beyond, Batman Beyond and Static meetup, and it was something that like got fans talking. And to be fair, here I'll pull this up so y'all can kind of see what I'm talking about. You can see here Static and Batman Beyond. They're hanging out, doing the thing, so on and so forth. And the reason why this all kind of, it was a nice throwback to the Justice League Unlimited. I think we have Justice League Unlimited where like Static showed up, met the Justice League, so on and so forth. Kind of also codifying, Static into the greater DC Comics universe. Probably for the first time. But like it was like, oh hey, it's a nice throwback to that. That is kind of what led us to where we're at right here with this book. Now, one thing, I'm going to go and say some things. Let me put some caveats out here. I'm going to go and say right now, I like this issue,
okay,
but I did not love it. I just liked it. I didn't love it. I just liked it. And I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because, and here, let me, I want to count some pages real quick, just to give you one, just two, four, let's see, 6, 8, okay, so like 9 pages off top.
Okay.
We're getting the book that everybody was looking forward to. And I think Carter knows what I'm talking about. So in this book, and here, let's just start it from the top to the bottom, man. We're going to start from top to the bottom. Let's run through this bad boy. So right here, we see that we're in deep space, and this is 20 years into the future. Static is no longer a kid. He is obviously a good and grown-ass man. Yeah. Good and grown-ass man with grown-man-ass problems, and also seems to have become a premier superhero. And I'm not saying the Static was a premier superhero before this, but when I say by premier superhero, I'm talking about a guy who is on the level of a Superman, a Batman. Someone who can quite literally stand shoulder to fucking shoulder. Like, matter of fact, like right here, I want to pull this up. I want to go to this. I want to go to this page right here where you literally see Static, like literally sitting shoulder to shoulder with Superman and also Icon as well. Like, it's like, hey, this guy is for real. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, so. You're probably sitting here thinking, okay, well, all right, that sounds cool. What is your problem with this book? Like, why don't you love this book? It's because, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that we off top, because like I said, the first 9 pages we're seeing Batman Beyond and Static, kind of interact with each other, not really working together, just around each other.
Static, was talking good shit to old Terry.
Oh, Terry was catching it. Terry was catching this one. Honestly, I kind of see why they did the narrative choice they did with kind of giving Terry his own little story off to the side after some of those initial 9 pages, because Terry was getting dunked on. Static had jokes, which, I mean, to be fair, it's on brand for Static, and it made a whole lot of sense. I don't have a problem with any of that. But what I do have a problem with is that, like, I mean, and this isn't a one-shot, so I mean, like, there's clearly more story. But it's like, you get the story you kind of slick want for the first 9 pages, and then it's like, all right, gotta eat your vegetables. You gotta eat your vegetables. No more meat. No more meat, you can't have any dessert. You got to eat your vegetables now. Because we end up jumping from this situation where Static and Icon, Superman, and The Flash, and Oh my God! I'm trying to remember. Was it Big Barda? I think is in the mix of all this too. Which I was like, man, Nick just wanted to draw Big Barda. That's all that was. Nick just wanted to draw Big Girl. I ain't mad at him. But yeah, with all that, it's like, man, yeah, we get all that. That's cool. And it kind of seems like, oh, if this is where the story's going, I'm in. But then, like, after all of that, we kind of like jump away from, that whole plot point and jump into some other stuff that's going on with Terry, where it's not that the story's bad. I think that, like, it's a great commentary on a lot of things. One of the key things being, like, artificial intelligence and over reliance on artificial intelligence. But it's also one of those deals too where I was like, you know what, man, maybe we could just, how about we just not? Not the artificial intelligence bin, but like it's like jumping away from that. Cause what was the little boy's name? Melvin. Little boy named Melvin, and he's not getting jiggy with the whole artificial intelligence vibe that's going on, to the point that like people are trying to like jump on him while he's at protest or trying to protesting this whole thing. And it's like they kind of let you know off top, Melvin's gonna be somebody you need to keep an eye on. We don't really know why he is somebody we need to keep an eye on at this particular point, but like it was one of those where it's like, okay, all right, what are we setting up here? What is Terry not noticing that's going on here? And then it kind of goes on, and we see Melvin's got he's got his own little set of problems and things of that nature. He's got his own things going on. Like they kind of imply like, oh, he's trying to go back to the crib, and they're like, oh wait, we shutting your shit down. We shutting your shit down. We can't let you in. We locking you down. Well, it basically they pulled a P Diddy on them. They said we shutting the studio down. It's you got to go to you got to what's he said 360 minutes. 360 minutes. He's like, nah, man, you can't come in. You got to go somewhere else. Basically, and locked out of his place, and it's like he's got some. There's stuff that's going on. You can kind of see why he doesn't like the way the world is, and it kind of goes on from there. Then Terry's fighting like not jokers, as Terry is wont to do. But Carter, I'm curious what your thoughts were on this first issue, like. And the jump from being a Batman, the first issue being a Batman and Static Beyond book to being almost more of a Terry McGinnis book.
I feel like they're really banking on nostalgia. You brought up Justice League Unlimited. I see people in the chat, bringing up Justice League Unlimited. I feel like people that are going to be listening to this, when they hear Batman and Static Beyond, the first thing they're going to think about is, Batman Beyond and Justice League Unlimited. So right. I think they're leaning like gangsta leaning, like boy, they leaning like you said, Cersei was leaning on their wall to not be dancing with nobody, dog. They are leaning heavily into nostalgia with this book, to the point where Virgil literally says he's gonna give someone a shock to their system. Like they leaning into this.
And 100%.
Then when we get to
does he say it once or twice? Because I feel like it came up a couple of times.
Yeah, I know he said it at the beginning. But then you go toward the Terry stuff, and you would think that you're looking at an episode of Batman Beyond, just one of them never before seen episodes of Batman Beyond. Now this is just me. Me. Just me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, give somebody a shot to the system.
I was like, roll credits, everybody. Roll credits. He said the thing.
So
say the line, Static.
We get past this. Now we're dealing with Terry stuff, and you, like I said, you think you were looking at an episode of Batman Beyond, just the art wasn't as good as it was on Batman Beyond. So this is where it does falter with me, and you and I
Mm,
have had this conversation with before, where I'm not the biggest fan of Nicholas Draper Ivy's art. I
mm,
enjoyed it in Shadows of Dakota, but then
mm.
seeing it in this, you can tell that, and this is with all due respect, you still got a lot more work to do, big dog. With just how people are looking and
Mm.
actions and backgrounds and stuff like that, which is going back to what you and I talked about. But
Oh yeah.
just going toward like all the non superhero stuff, it almost feels like
Yeah.
okay, they blew their load too early because you're
Yeah.
focused on everything at the beginning because you see Static, you see Batman
Right.
Beyond, you see Superman in the Beyond outfit, which is dope. You see Icon there, and I guarantee you, several people got excited when they saw Icon because they weren't expecting to see fucking Icon.
Honestly, okay, so I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
Yeah.
When they released, because for those who don't know, if you weren't picking up like physical issues, they were doing preview pages for this book the week before, like for the previous 2 weeks leading up to this coming out. And I was like, oh shit, I was like, Icon, like quite literally, I was like, oh, Icon is Superman like at the front of the book.
Yeah.
God damn! I was like, okay,
Yeah.
we going all in, and then you see you see Superman in that future joint. It's like, oh shit, Superman got the gray streak coming down the side of the hair, looking like a whole ass like Reed Richards could never.
Yeah, that Superman Beyond outfit was fresh to me. I was so hyped when I saw him in that Batman Beyond episode. Didn't realize he was under possession by like a Starro or something the whole time. So
right.
But when you get to like the other, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
This feels to me, at least this first issue, man, Ernie, ain't nobody doing nothing like you remember them Batman, you remember them Justice League Unlimited episodes where we saw Static and Jon Stewart was talking to Static like, last time I talked to you weren't even old enough to drive, and he was like 60's the new 30.
Yeah.
And then he said Shira when she had Warhawk, if I laid an egg that size. I feel like somebody wanted that feeling again.
Which, by the way, Warhawk right there.
Yeah. Even the little dude, the Green Lantern, like all this is like I told you, they're leaning on the nostalgia for this. But this entire issue to me read like, if DC won't do it, then I'ma do it.
Yeah, no, that's how
the funny thing is. But the funny part about that is DC did it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. No.
So like, this completely reads like this was a fan made thing. Just this was a good fan made thing. But then when I see some of that art, in my mind, you could tell this is a fan made thing. Look at the art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look at how some of the stuff is written. Yeah, so that's just to me. So that's why I'm like, I enjoyed it like you said you did, but it's okay.
Well,
but it has other issues to clean this up.
Right. Well, and also, man, I'm actually kind of going back and thinking about this. You said some things that kind of like leapt out at me. Case in point, because now that I'm kind of thumbing, like I said, while you were kind of talking about it, I was thinking back. I was like, you know what? Static Justice kind of disappear for the rest of the book. I then was reminded that there is like, I think it's only for like, let me double check this. Yeah, there's like a page or two where Static like comes back up. And then they kind of play into like, oh, Static's got a kid, he's married, and all this other stuff. And some people might not remember this character, but Darius from Static Season 1 in Shadows of Dakota pops up again, which I thought was cool. It was a nice little touch. And that Darius was still kind of doing the thing that, but on a grander scale, is what he was doing in the initial series, where he was like, kind of trying to expose the chicanery of what was going on surrounding the Big Bang. Well, now he's like doing that shit like on an international level now. I thought that was cool. One thing I did think was kind of funny though, and man, I swear to God, I feel like Milestone does not know what they want to do with this, or that anyone connected to Milestone knows what they want to do with this, is that they can't decide whether they want Static to be with Frida or be with Daisy or someone who looks like Daisy. I can never understand.
Ernie, you're thinking too much about it. Just saying real quick.
Oh shit,
get your ass. Get your ass. You think about it. Just read it and bathe in the nostalgia juices, dog. Bathe in the fact that when you see Batman, when you see Terry suit up, you just hear the guitar of and shit. Just bathe in the nostalgia, bro.
I mean, I will say, don't
drink
get me wrong.
It in, man.
The scene where like he suits up, I thought was cool. Like when he's like actually like getting involved in shit, I thought was pretty cool. But I will say the story itself surrounding all that, I think like up to this point, I could be wrong. I would love to be wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like the Terry McGinnis part of this book is mid. And y'all know me. I don't even like using that word mid. But like for me, I'm like, when I think of, I don't even want to say mid because I don't even think it's that. I actually think it's worse. I think it's boring. I think like the Terry parts, and maybe it's because I don't have any nostalgia for Batman Beyond the way a lot of other people do, but I just did not care. Like, I mean, I like Terry McGinnis. I like Batman Beyond, but I'm not like, oh my God, Batman Beyond was my whole personality when I was a kid. No, I wasn't that guy. It was not my whole personality when I was a kid. I wasn't even a kid anymore. I mean, I was a kid, but I wasn't like a kid, the target demographic for that show when it was coming on. So for me, I don't have that same level of love for it that maybe somebody else would, that same level of appreciation. So when they were doing all of this fucking pageantry for Batman Beyond, I was like, what else you got? Like, what else you got for me? Yeah, I was actually. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, like, Gavin's not wrong. Gavin is not wrong. But here's what it was. I was watching Springer, and I was also watching anime. I was watching giant rock men, like, ripping ninjas in half in Ninja Scroll. I was watching, like, Vampire Hunter D. Yeah, I was watching like Akira and shit like that. By that point, Batman Beyond seemed so tame to me. By that point, like it was kind of like I guess like I was on the hard shit. I was on the black tar of animation by that point. So I just, there was nothing Batman Beyond could do that would like blow my mind. But I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed Batman Beyond. I just don't have that same level of nostalgia. But that said,
okay.
Yeah,
I'm the complete opposite. I have a lot of nostalgia for Batman Beyond, and I think a lot more people, they love the intro theme. That intro is fire.
Right.
They love Return of the Joker. And then like in episode, they love I think that episode was called Requiem, when we see Terry as an adult and he finds out that Amanda Waller with the Bruce DNA and all that jazz. They like that episode. But if you actually sit down and watch some of Batman Beyond, like it had some weak moments and it had some characters you didn't so with that being said, I have that nostalgia, and this just read to me like, honestly, if you take, it was almost like it was two completely different books, almost, where the static stuff happened, and then it was like okay, putting in a Batman Beyond DVD, we have a special feature featuring Static Shock, and then you see the beginning part of the comic. And then you actually have to cut on a Batman Beyond episode, and then it's not one of them good Batman Beyond episodes, and then you just skip it and you go put in Return of the Joker, or you go put in Justice League Unlimited. So that's what all of this screamed to me. But again, and I cannot stress this, it has several more issues to go. I think this was 5, correct?
I think so. I believe it's 5. Yeah.
So we got 4 more to basically pivot off of and be like, okay, let's just get this out of the way. Now we really finna put our foot in it with these next 4, which is what I'm hoping. But just right now, who said it? I saw somebody see it. It almost felt like it was one of them like fan-made webtoon joints. And And the art was really, and I don't mean to stick on this, but like the art was really
hit or miss.
It was, bro.
It was hit or miss. I can't deny that. I can't. Okay, so look, I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something both negative and positive about the art in this book. I don't think the art. I don't think, for one, no, I don't think the art is overall bad. I think the art is good. But the thing is, there were inconsistencies in it, and like for those who wonder why I take so long to do something, this is why. And I'm gonna show you some things, and once I show them to you, you'll never be able to unsee them. I promise you, you'll never be able to unsee them. So like case in point, I'm gonna pick two specific panels. Some of y'all will probably know exactly which ones I'm going to. And like, okay, case in point here. And this is only because I'm such a stickler for shit like this. I'm a guy who's really weird about perspective. I am a perspective. I don't want to say. I don't want to make it sound like, because let's keep it a buck here. I am not a world-class artist, so I'm not going to sit here and talk like I am. But it's one of those things when I do attempt to do like certain types of shots, I try to be very like aware of perspective and maybe even use a bit more like foreshortening and things like that to get my point across. There's a couple of points in this book where I kind of felt like some stuff either got rushed or here. Let me stop beating around the bush. Okay, right here. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all.
Okay.
There's some things I saw in this book that I did not like.
All right.
And some of it had to do with perspective. Some of it had to do with how things were rendered. Some of it had to do with how things just kind of seemed to be really rough, which, to be fair, that is kind of Nicholas's style. Like, his style is kind of rough, but there's also times where it's like super duper mega polished. So yeah, and okay, Gavin said it, so I don't feel bad about it anymore. Thank you. The line weights. Thank you. The line weights are all over the place. Okay, man, there's a reason why I try not to nitpick stuff, because I really hate to do it, because I don't like when people nitpick my shit. And I am hypersensitive to that sort of stuff. So like, and just here, I'm gonna leave this up because I think it's gonna get a point home.
But how else are they going to get better if they don't hear this? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And the thing is, for me, I'm gonna say something so controversial and yet so brave.
Okay.
I could have 10 issues of Heart of the Darkness out right now.
Okay.
If I didn't care about shit like this. And what I mean by that is like, because so case in point, when I was initially trying to draw my own comic, this is the type of shit that I was doing. Like, it was like, some stuff just wasn't exactly right. There were some things, like there was like some things that kind of, to me, I would call rookie mistakes. Yeah. Or rookie oversights. And Nicholas Ray Brive is not a rookie, so let's keep it a buck. I've seen seasoned artists make this same fucking mistake. And I'll also point out that there's little things, like how I can tell like there were things that were probably put in that didn't get erased. Or things here where like lines are kind of jagged and don't really make any sense as to why they're jagged. Or there's another one here where it's like things are just uneven as all get out. Or just like there's just stuff that's just, it's literally all over the place. And it just, I don't want to call it sloppy, but it's kind of slick sloppy. And that's just how I, but that said, to buttress,
but I am such a child. I'm listening.
I mean, no. You're not wrong though. Look, and I agree with some, and I agree with what Gavin's saying too, because like I'm kind of that way too. As an artist, like okay, as a person who prides himself on being an artist, I know what it's like And when someone critiques what you do, especially when like it seems like it, I don't think we're coming from a place of mean-spiritedness, but in instances where I have had criticism and it came from a place of mean-spiritedness, that shit fucks with you. And like when it feels like even when you're not coming from a place of mean-spiritedness, I know it can kind of seem that way even when it's not. So I am hypersensitive to that type of shit. So and I personally don't really enjoy tearing down other artists. But in this particular case, because this is a public forum and this is, we're talking about some shit that got put out there for the world to purchase, I kind of feel compelled. It would be like me watching a movie and ignoring the fact that I can see the boom arm of the mic in the shot. It would be like me. Or remember when I showed you before we went live, I showed you that clip from Robot Jocks where the black woman is in the fight scene, and then when they cut the camera away where you can't see her face, it's clearly a white man who is in her place.
And that white dude was tall as hell. He was taller than her.
He was way taller than her. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Let's say it like this, because I'm not into the hand holding.
Yeah.
You're right. He put it out there for people to consume and put their money down to receive. This is a clear-cut case of a good player that had a bad game. This was a bad game. We know you're a good player. Right. You just need to get back in the gym. You need to take some shots. Like, you need to take a lot more shots. That's what I think is a clear-cut example of. It's just like, we know you're good. We've seen your stats. We've seen what you post on Twitter. I have Shadows of Dakota right there behind me. So, like, we know you are a good player, but like this, at least with this issue, in a lot of instances, you're airballing a little bit.
I'm gonna tell you. So remember when Shadows of Dakota used to kind of like? Remember people were complaining about this when it was happening, but remember how like sometimes Shadows of Dakota wouldn't come out on time.
Yeah,
I can tell you why. It was because of what we're talking about.
Yeah,
it was because Nick was putting in the extra work to make it. Because first off, we also got to remember too, Nick was also co-writing that book and drawing it. Which, I mean, to be fair, he's also co-writing this book and drawing it. But I feel like for whatever reason, I feel like maybe he got more time to do Shadows of Dakota. Therefore, it just looked a lot better. It's not to say that some of the stuff we're talking about wasn't in that book. It was. It just was very few and far between. But like, there's just certain things. And once again, I notice these things. I can't not notice them. I'm an artist. I'm going to see this shit. And I promise if someone looks at my work, they're probably going to find things about it that I don't want them to see. But guess what? That's just fucking life.
Pause.
That's just fucking life.
Pause. Yeah. Pause. Mm-hmm. In talking about this book, I see that story matters more. I absolutely call bullshit.
No, that is bullshit.
That's absolute bullshit.
That is not true.
I think it's hard to critique because this is literally professional level work. It's not, because you talking to a DC artist in the chat right now.
Yeah, I'm saying
another artist that is in the process of putting his own book out. And then you're saying that this is acceptable.
It's here's the thing. Nobody here is saying that Nicholas Draper Ivy's because here, okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep that same energy. Because you know what? Carter and I talked about this before during the Krakoan era. One of my favorite artists, Phil Noto, a guy who is like a legend in the business. I've seen him throw up some fucking air balls. Like doing shit in you know what? Fuck it. Here. You know what? I did Phil.
Gavin, I know you're not trying to dog him, but it's just
know. Well, no. Gavin's not talking to us. Gavin's talking to that other person.
Dude. Yeah, this is not about dogging him. This whole thing is constructive criticism, and we just telling him you got to tighten up a little bit because you had some spots here. That's what this whole conversation is. But for you to sit there and say that story matters more. In this story,
okay, well, here's the thing. You know what? Okay, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? I didn't want to do this, but now we're gonna fucking do it. You want to say story matters more? Okay, fine. The first 9 pages of this book were lit. Guess what the rest of them were? There you go. Okay, fine. Now, let's talk about the art. Okay, fine. There we go. Fine. Fine. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to be a fucking asshole. But guess what? That's what we're gonna do. So if story really matters more than the art, okay, this is a book with let's count the pages out. Let's count these pages out, Carter. We got let's see.
It's 27. It's
27 pages. Okay, so 27 pages.
All
if the
together,
first
all
9
together,
pages of the
yeah.
book are fantastic, and then the remainder of those pages are just lazy side strokes, then what else are we gonna do here? What else are we gonna do here? What else are we gonna do here? What else are we going to do here? I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna sit here and let people try to gaslight me into thinking that I'm wrong for feeling the way I feel, because I can't tell you how many times I've seen some of y'all criticize art and talk shit about it when it's on a professional level. So why can't I do it? Because here's the thing, and I am. Yeah. And thank you, Gavin. Art is part of the story. Thank you for that.
What do we tell every person who wants to create? To create.
Yes.
We tell them to create. If they create something that's not up to, that isn't good, they need to be told that it's not good. You're not trying to hurt them. You're trying to help them. If it's not, case in point, we can do it like this. I've read Heart of Darkness. I have. Ernie sent it to me.
Yes.
What did I do? I told him little shit that I didn't like, and then I told him big shit I thought he could have changed. Did he get his feelings hurt? No, because he created this thing. He needs to know this in order to put this out for people to get, for people to read, for people to enjoy, for people to want more. You have to be told, you have to be informed of these things, that maybe you could have done this. Well, I don't think you should have done this. Well, maybe you need to change this. You need to tweak this. You need to do this. It's all constructive criticism, dude.
Right.
That's all this is. And what did he do? He's still creating.
Yeah. It didn't make me give up. Like, okay, first off, I also want to say too, I literally sent that book to some of the people who I knew would judge it the most harshly.
Yeah.
Because and to me that says a lot about me as a person. The fact that I was like, look, man, I sent it to people who I knew weren't going to be like, glazing me up just because, like, oh man, no, I mean, you the homie, and I don't want to piss you off. No, piss me off. Like, piss me off. If you think it's bad, tell me it's bad. And I have told other people too. Like, I often tell other people, be brutal. Be brutal. Like, even not, and when I say be brutal, I don't mean like be mean-spirited. I mean like nitpick. Now, that said, the difference between me as an artist and the difference between me as an artist and Nicholas Draper Ivey as an artist is that he works for DC and Milestone. I don't. So no one's really going to be expecting much out of me. Like, I'll be the first one to say, like, I don't think that I'm a better artist than Nicholas Draper Ivey. By any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, real quick, but okay. Let me end it on this point with the Bone Brew. You're not feeling it. I'm just saying I don't see it, and that's cool. If you enjoyed it, great. This is just how we felt about it. You shouldn't be listening to us to tell y'all opinion on this comic. If you loved it and you thought the art was great, cool. Buy some more fucking issues. This is just coming from us. But real quick, there is a comment here. Where did he put it? Good art can enhance a mediocre story. I want to stick on that part right there from Mr. January 16th, because I can give you a beautiful example of this. Good art can enhance a mediocre story. A mediocre artist cannot enhance a mediocre story. Mediocre art can read. I don't want to read the rest of that shit. I just want to stick to this one point. Good art that's fair. Can enhance a mediocre story. If the art for this book was off the chain, this conversation would be completely different. But because the writing part of it was, we have to continue on the art. But there is a book out right now. I bought it. It's on my shelf. That story is about as fucking mid as it want to be. But the art is fantastic. You want to know what that book is called? Ultimate Wolverine. That story is mid as fuck.
It's funny? The whole time Carter was talking, I was like, he about to say Ultimate Wolverine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I was like, he about to
That
pull Ultimate
story
Wolverine out.
Dog.
Ultimate Wolverine about to be like,
Alessandro Capuccio's art in that book is spectacular. It's absolutely great in that book. Chris Condom, and I know his name is Condon, but I like saying Condom because it's funnier. That is the most medium ass Wolverine story I have ever read. But the art is so goddamn cool and great in that book. I tend to let the writing pass. That is the most medium ass book I have ever read. I ain't gonna say mid. I don't like saying mid. That book is medium.
Yeah,
that book is medium.
It's and that's why, like, yeah, and once again, and you know what I think it is? I think it's because people so rarely are used to us talking about art in a negative fashion. I think this is why some are like not jiving with it, I guess, as much or as little as they want. But here's the thing. And I want to pull this up. I said I was going to pull this up earlier, and I am. So Carter, you remember during the Krakoan era of X-Men, the core X-Men title for a good while had Pepe Larraz on it, and then eventually Pepe dipped, and then it was just random artists that would jump in from time to time until I think eventually in the Fall of X era, a friend of the channel, Joshua Cassara, started doing the art for the book, but like he didn't do every issue. Now when Joshua was on the book, it was lit. Some of y'all might remember some of the crazy chicanery that popped up during that specific run of X books. That was when we were getting the Doom's X-Men. Some of you might remember. But then Phil Noto jumped in as a fill-in artist in some of the issues. And while I personally enjoy Phil Noto's work, I did notice when I was reading the book, there were some inconsistencies even in his art, where I was kind of like, ooh. Like it was one, like, and here's the thing, under normal circumstances, I think Phil Noto's a great artist. He has a style that I think is kind of an acquired taste for some people just because, he's not a, what's the word would I use? He is not the most dynamic artist. Let me put it like that. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use that as an example. But I think his art is good, and I think that when Phil Noto has the time to cook, I think Phil Noto throws up nothing but dubs, like just W's all day. But in this one particular issue, and I can tell you exactly which issue it was X-Men number 31 that came out in 2024. And there was something I saw, struck me as a little odd. And, well, under normal circumstances, I'm not here to clown anybody. But Carter, I will share this image with you, and you tell me what you see that doesn't look right.
God damn it. I started reading instead of looking. Well, first thing I tell you is what's wrong with his hand in that second shot. That's the first thing.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So what was happening here is, you were correct. You were correct. So first off, both hands, like right here. So like, it's like hand, like line art is bleeding into other stuff and not in a very like good way. Line weight is kind of all like line weights. I guess it's actually okay.
When you zoom it in, you can kind of see it. Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about. And like, then you get up here where like, it's the, he got the claw. He got the claw from, he got the Fire Marshal Bill, they got the handyman claw. Man,
that's old boy movie too. He got that hand.
No, he didn't fill in the hands, and like really the color is kind of all over the place too. But that said,
remember when Ashley Laird was posing for the camera? He was doing this.
Oh yeah, like, yeah. But here's the thing. But here's the thing, though, and I want to make sure I'm clear when I say this. Not bad art. It's just when I know an artist can do better,
Yeah.
I know an artist can do better.
Yes.
And it's not, and it's not a bad thing to expect better of artists that you know can do better. And here's the thing. Didn't do the color as dirty because Phil colored it. So there you go. Phil did himself dirty on that one. So that said, and bear in mind, I see Bone Brew, you're thinking this one makes sense. Well, going back to that Static book, there's art just like that in that book. And that is a DC Comics book. I'm not saying every artist has to be like 100% locked in, because look, there are certain instances where I actually had to break myself of this habit when drawing things that are really small. I'm not going to sit there and painstakingly draw with excellent detail all these like little people. That way lies madness. I'll show you an example of what I'm talking about. We'll keep it X-Men in this regard. But I remember when I was, and this is even for someone of a caliber of artist, like a Joshua Cassara. There was an issue of X-Men where I think and this is a common thing. This is pretty fucking normal. I don't think anyone would be surprised by this, and if you are, well, fuck, I don't know what to tell you. But there was a point where there was like a bunch of like little like teeny tiny people like on the page, and basically like they were just drawn as, I mean, they were probably, I don't want to say little more than stick figures. I mean, they were, but there's no way Josh is going to draw with the same detail that he was drawing all these other characters. He's going to draw these like little teeny tiny people. That's just not a thing. And to expect that is fucking crazy. So like, yeah, I wouldn't expect that. Like here it is. I found it because it was so tiny. It was one of those things like I actually had to like hunt for. But like right here. Now, some of you would probably say, well, wait, hold up, Blerd. Why ain't you got the same smoke for Joshua Cassar as you did for Nicholas and Phil Noto? It's because this is a different situation. He's drawing something very tiny. And it's actually been a normal practice of artists for many a decade that when you draw things that fucking tiny, you don't really like draw them with full detail, especially considering the fact that in this particular case, it wouldn't make no goddamn sense because to my understanding, Joshua Cassara does things analog. He doesn't work digitally. And you can look at his art and tell. You can actually look at his art and tell. So like this right here, I'm fine with this. This is perfectly fine and normal because this is
everybody fucking does that. Everybody does
that shit.
The issue here is Nick is doing a lot of stuff that is in your face. And with it being in your face, you
can't look
are
the other
going
way
to notice these things. That is what I'm saying. But real quick.
Yeah,
Monumental Comics with the 5 saying Carter and Ernie want the steak well done, not medium rare. I will actually have my grandmother put a curse on you if you hand me a well done steak. Thank you for that.
No. Also, I do want to say too, because I didn't want to let this one go. We actually got another one too. I had to look up to see what it was because I couldn't see it at first because the way the thing on here does. But yeah, Levesta the Samurai hit us with a $5 super chat earlier with the double muscles, and we got Black Phoenix 77 with the 22 months in the Blerd Club Gold Mine saying happy Saturday, Blerd Koa. We appreciate you, pimp. Look, that said, I didn't even, here's the funny thing. I actually wanted to spend more time like just talking about the story of the book itself, but now we've spent so much time talking about the art, and I've also now just kind of had to just come to the full realization in real time that I don't even like the story of this book.
You gotta remember, this is an Evan Narcisse fresh off of having Sam Wilson in the fields. You gotta realize. and this writing wasn't no better than Sam in the fields.
To be fair, that was also Greg Pak, but yes. But at least
y'all forgot, didn't it? Mm-hmm.
I told you people it would be awesome. But no, I would definitely say that while I don't think the book is bad, I definitely think that I need to see more. I need to see more in this next issue. And honestly, I personally feel like all those people who were complaining about when Milestone books were coming in late because the art was not coming in on time. Here's the thing. Y'all want art that here, let me see if I can find one.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find one here. Here we go. So here, I'm gonna pull up. I'm actually gonna pull up some shadows of Dakota. I'm gonna pull up some shadows of Dakota. Just right quick, fast, in a hurry. Here's the thing. Good art takes time. And it's kind of why I think deadlines are bullshit. Like I get why they exist. Don't get me wrong. I get why they exist. I'm not saying that not to have me. You want stuff to kind of come in a certain time so shit can get done, get to the printers. This, that, and third. Blah 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 blah. Whoop-de whoop-de woo. But here's the thing. Good art does not just fall out of people's asses overnight. It takes time. As a person who literally just spent an entire 2 hours drawing a fucking building for a single panel that is never gonna come up again. I want to make that clear. Will never come up again. It's a building that I'm never gonna fucking use again ever. And you know what? Honestly, if I have to make another building, I'm probably just gonna fucking copy and paste that fucking shit and put it somewhere else and just kind of rearrange the windows because I fucking hate drawing buildings. Deadlines. Yeah, you know what? Gavin said it, so you know what? I'm gonna co-sign. Yes. Deadlines are bullshit. I think that, at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to force people to like when you're forcing people to overwork themselves to the point that they're living in they're having unhealthy living situations. I feel like you have screwed the pooch royally by that point. When people aren't having healthy living conditions, you've screwed the pooch. But yes, back in the day, Milestone, dude, Milestone used to. Oh, man. Y'all don't know what y'all missed out on. Y'all do not know what y'all missed out on. Back in the day, dude, Milestone was A1, JC's, Penny's, top of the line. Back in the day. JC's
still a thing?
Yeah, sadly they are.
Or that Sears that shut down. Wasn't that Sears?
I think it was Sears. It was Sears. Sears was the one that went the way of the. Oh yeah, go ahead. Hand your business. Yeah. Sears was the one that went the way of the dodo. To my understanding. But yeah, back in the day, dude, and the reason why books weren't coming out on time all the time is because they were literally putting their whole fucking foot in the book. Their whole foot in the book. And the thing is, people always want that Jim Lee, that fucking Alex Ross, but they don't want to wait the time that it takes to get that. And even to artists who don't have styles like that, but have styles that are, I won't say comparable, but styles that are hyper realistic. You want that realistic shit, but you don't really want to you don't want to pay the money to get that realistic shit, and you don't want to wait the time to get that realistic shit, is the reality. It's time consuming. It's time consuming. Shit. Like I said, I spent 2 hours drawing a fucking building. Not even a detailed one. Not even a detailed one. Not even. Fuck. Not fucking even. I literally spent all I watched 2 episodes of the morning show in the time it took me to draw a fucking building. It was insane. Fucking insane. Like I said, not even well detailed. Matter of fact, here. You know what? Just cause I want y'all to see that I'm not bullshit. I'm gonna stand. I am gonna 100% stand on business right here. Here, let's move this over here. Yeah, there we go. All right, here. Carter, I want to show you something now that you're back.
Okay.
I want to show you something that took me 2 hours. 2 full viewings of episodes of the morning show. It took me to draw this fucking building. Here, let's bam, right there. That building. Not even a well-drawn building in my opinion. I honestly just needed the building and just needed to get it done. That's basically what I did. I spent more time on that than I have any other portion of this fucking comic that I am fucking drawing.
I mean, I can do that.
Exactly. And here's
I guarantee you, Gavin is somewhere cursing. Every artist, when they hear shit like that, I guarantee you they just kind of, I just twitch a little bit more.
But here's the thing though. I fucking hated every second of this with my whole fucking soul. Every piece of my being. I fucking hated life. The whole time I was fucking drawing this fucking this bullshit.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. I hate drawing buildings, cars, horses. Fucking hate them. They're fucking stupid.
Horses?
Yeah, I don't like horses. I don't like drawing horses. I have a huge beef with horses. Huge beef. And like I said, I am putting myself out here. I'm putting myself up to scrutiny here, okay? I am putting myself up to scrutiny. So I don't want anyone to sit here and say, oh man, Blerd's out here talking shit, but he can't back nothing up. No, I can back my shit up, pimp. I can back my shit up. Easily. I will take the fucking Pepsi challenge with anyone in this sumbitch. I will take the fucking Pepsi challenge with that shit. And here's the thing. I get it. I'm like, I say this all the time. I'm not a world-class fucking artist. I am not a professional fucking artist. I have quite literally, for the most part, only really drawn for my own personal pleasure.
Yeah.
Very rarely has anyone paid me for things. Like I can count on one hand all the times I've been paid for the things that I've done. And honestly, I cheat when I do like buildings and like cars, shit that I don't really particularly like drawing. What I do is I draw the general shape of something and then I just black it out and then I just go through and I just start erasing the parts that I want you to see. That's what I do. That's actually what I did with that building. It was a big ass, black ass box. And I just went back and started like, well, here, this would be a window. This will be a window. This will be like a corner. This will be that. That's how I did it. Because I don't like drawing that shit. Anyway, get the fuck away from that.
Yeah. All in all, just I wanted to say my closing thing, and then there's a question I actually had for you about another book that came out this week.
Yes, go ahead.
When it comes to when it comes to Static Batman Beyond #1, I think a lot of you all gotta take into just realize the reason we were stuck on the art so much because the writing wasn't there.
Right. Yeah, no, it was like I said, the first 9 pages were lit.
Yeah.
And after that,
to move on here, but I do want to keep it black. Did you see that the final issue of Mr. Terrific Year 1 came out this week?
I did actually. It was one of those that when I started reading, I realized I had missed an issue. I was like, oh shit, I missed an issue. What the fuck is going on? I've been up
on that book for sure. Carter, what Batman is that? Oh,
Detective. That's Detective Comics.
This is the beginning of Tom Taylor's Detective Comics run.
Yes.
My comic shop had it in the bargain bin for half price, so I just grabbed it.
Which was wow, because that was so good. Tom Taylor
was
lit.
But that's the first chunk. I think he's on issue 12 right now, but that's the first story arc he did. But I wanted to keep it on Mr. Terrific because after I finished reading Mr. Terrific Year 1, which I do plan on buying when that comes out, because I'm really happy that I have fallen down the Mr. Terrific rabbit hole after reading the Terrifics. Something I was not aware of was because I'm not reading Justice League Unlimited. Did you know that Mr. Terrific has a new team, Big Dog?
Oh yeah, because it's all like part of the it's all part of the DC KO stuff.
Yeah. The Terrific 10, which I did not think they would find a cooler name than the Terrifics, but the Terrific 10 is kind of gangster. So you got Mr. Terrific, Aquaman, Power Girl, Guy Gardner, Superman Blue, Hawkman. You do have Batman Beyond, but in this instance, it's not Terry McGinnis, it's Tim Drake.
Right.
You have Alan Scott, Green Lantern. You got Dr. Fate, and not Owlman, Owlwoman. Owlwoman.
Really? Okay, yeah. Wait, let me ask you this. Which Dr. Fate is it? Is it Dr. Fate Classic, or is it the younger Dr. Fate? The one that was hanging out with Wonder Woman.
Her name is Sophie.
Oh, it's a woman. Oh, cool. All right, there you go. Sweet. I was all the way the fuck off. But yeah.
The reason I asked about that is because I'm looking in the chat right now. I'm looking. I'm like that old lady looking for the green beans, tomatoes, taters. And I see we have someone in the chat that's at DC currently, right? Ooh. I'm not going to name no names, but I do see somebody that's at DC currently that worked there that was all in the chat bragging because they just met Paul Dini this week and they working on 2 DC books. How possible do you think it would be for Jeff Lemire to come back to the terrific house that he built and to do a terrific 10 book? Because this roster,
that roster's kind of
a very interesting roster to use.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind reading about them. We know just from Jeff Lemire and the Terrifics that he can do a roster of people you would not suspect or wouldn't even be thinking about. So I wouldn't mind seeing him take that mantle up one more time, put that coat back on. How you feel, Big Dog?
I mean, I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. That's like, I mean, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Oh shit.
What'd you say?
Dude, you know what I didn't think about? Okay, so first off, I just want to showcase what Carter was talking about. I didn't pay any of this any lick of attention really the way I probably should have. But now that I'm looking, I'm like, dude, that actually looks. Well, I mean, yeah, it's Owl Woman, but it also kind of looks almost more like the Night Owl of Watchmen. Just by virtue, but I'm here for it 100%. That said, yeah, dude, I'm 100% down for this. I think these are things that should be done. These are things that should happen. I would love to see Jeff Lemire come back and do some work on a Mr. Terrific book because, I mean, clearly, if the Terrifics is anything to go by, there was a clear understanding of what the assignment was. I love the fact that the name, even though it's added, it's the Terrific 10. I love the fact that it's a it's still Fantastic Four, but also kind of a shot at the Future Foundation by having so many people, but also keeping that alliteration. Of Fantastic Four, Terrific 10. I like that. That's actually like I don't know how something like that would like play long term, but I would read it. If nobody else would read it, I know I would be. That's just me.
Okay. So I wanted to play a little game real quick of Can Talk About It? This is a new game that I just thought up while I was in the bathroom. I'm gonna name off a book to see if Ernie read it and to see if he can talk about it or if he got a video that's coming out on it, so he ain't gonna spend too much time on it. So if you all wouldn't mind, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your first iteration, your first episode of Did Ernie Read It? I need a sound effect of a bunch of applause right now. I'm gonna need you to work on that.
I got you. I got you. Here, right here, bam, there we go.
Okay, Ernie. Transformers 25.
not only have I read 25.
Oh, you finna do some big
Splat
hits.
out.
Oh, okay.
I got 26. I got 26 right here. I got 26 right here.
Okay. So
right
25. 26.
Mm-hmm.
Did you read them, or is it just in that to-do pile? Is that what that is?
No. So I actually did. I actually did read them.
I'm acting like I didn't see your threads posting on that shit.
Yeah.
Like I did. You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, no, I thought it was kind of funny because, I think I've often talked about the fact that while I have read some of the IDW Transformers from back in the day, I never read all of it. So, my mileage with some things are going to vary. But what I can say is that it was really nice to see some payoff for some story seeds that were planted. What feels like 5 ever ago, but was only just a year and some change ago. But yeah, we got to see some payoff for some stuff. We got to see some alliances shifted in the war for Cybertron and Earth between the Autobots and the Decepticons. I thought it was pretty goddamn neat.
Okay. I like that. Now, next one, because this was requested by a fan, actually. Let me see if I got that name right here. Okay. It says JSA number 13. Did Ernie read it?
So that is all. Now, that one I haven't gotten a chance to read yet. I am going to read it. I actually do have it. But I've not read it yet. That one I cannot say anything about. But it is actually the next thing I'm going to read because I've gotten through most everything. There was a lot of stuff. But it shall. I will say though, if you have not, anyone who has not been keeping up, anyone who has not been keeping up with the series thus far, I will say, probably should, because you were talking about, it actually kind of got me thinking about it, because you were talking about Jeff Lemire earlier.
Yeah.
And while I don't have as much of a what's the word to put it? I don't have as strong of a connection to the Justice Society, even though I like a lot of the characters that are in Justice Society. I don't have as strong a connection to Justice Society just because it was one of those books that DC always just kind of like inconsistently like.
Yeah, it's just there because they did that shit with Earth 2 as well.
No, 100%, 110 million%. However, what I do want to say is, I do like that DC, at least for now, does seem to be going all in on Justice Society. And because I don't know if you remember this, Carter, they actually were trying to go all in on Justice Society few years ago, and then they just kind of stopped for whatever reason. It was like they dipped their toe into Justice Society and then snatched that motherfucker back because the water was too cold.
In New 52. They did
They did. So like I've always been gun shy with Justice Society because it's one of those books that like when they were doing like when they were originally doing like when it was not Justice Society of America. I mean, it was just Society of America, but they were just calling it JSA back, way back. Yeah, it was like, okay, cool. I was like, man, we got it. And then, New 52 came along, just kind of screwed the pooch for all of it. DC Rebirth, it's like they kind of slick want to do it, but they just, no, not yet. Now they're doing it, and it's like, okay, finally, we're doing it. And Jeff Lemire has absolutely been tearing it up. But I will also say, who has also absolutely been tearing it up, is because while I have not. Okay, I'm gonna tell myself. When I'm in my shop, I thumb through shit. I think I said this before when Gods was coming out. That's how I knew I didn't want to fuck with Gods. I thumb through stuff sometimes. Like, what's this? I'll put that back. But no, I did thumb through it to look at the art. I didn't read it. I just looked at the art. Which I'm happy to report. It's fantastic. So
okay. Okay. This is the last one. This is the tense. This is the tense round. This is when they. Y'all see them TV show when they do the doom, then all the lights just focusing on them.
Oh shit! Wait, is this like on Family Feud where you're gonna ask me the question? I have to turn away. Do I need to turn away from the camera? Do I need to turn away, not look at the board?
No. You don't need to turn away. You don't need to turn away because I think I can get it. I think I can get him, y'all.
Oh shit!
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final question. God
damn you!
Has Ernie read? Marvel Knights: The World to Come #4.
Oh no, I've not.
Got his ass. I knew it. Got his ass.
I did not read that one. No, I did not.
I'm sending you 2 screens now. Don't pay attention to the first one. That was something that Gavin said in the chat I wanted to save because I thought it was funny as shit. Look at the second screenshot. I just sent you, big time.
Oh my god! Hold on.
Boomaye.
Oh wait a
minute. Why Jesus? Boomaye.
Oh god! Stop it! Oh my.
White privilege. Boomaye. You got to show that one. You got to show that one.
Oh god! Hold on. Let me. Here, I'm gonna have to. Oh god! Why'd you do that?
The power of the white privilege has been stripped away.
This motherfucker.
Just to give you all an idea of what you all are missing in Marvel Knights of the World to Come 4.
Wait a minute. I'm about to pull it up. So you can see.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay, so this right here, I'm not gonna hold you. This is nasty work right here.
The power of the white privilege has been stripped away.
Why did they do this? Why'd they do this? Oh my god!
I'm saying what's even funny about this shot. You see all that You see all that applause?
Uh-huh.
On the same page, I just couldn't. It's on my other monitor, so I couldn't get it. That shit says the cheers were piped in.
Oh, yeah. So you know what? I need to actually sit down and read. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. So the third issue came because I don't know if y'all know this, but like they basically had to push back the release on these books because my god, why am I blanking on names right now? But basically, the long and short of it was the artist on the book, legend in the business, Joe Quesada, needed a little bit more time to really like kind of put his foot in the art, which I will definitely say the art in the in the series has been just absolutely A1. Yeah, regardless of what you may or may not feel about some of the other shit that's going on in the book. But I'll definitely say, oh man. It's
Lord Jesus, I just saw the comment. Lord
what?
Jesus. Not T'Challa. This motherfucker said King Tad Chala.
King Tad Chala.
Tad
T'Challa. T'Challa.
Can you imagine that? Fucking Sad from Blue Mountain State is the Black Panther.
Oh my god, I just saw a triple dice. You almost killed me.
I kind of want to keep some continuity going on with Ernie's Thursday show and this one right here. I want to keep that continuity going. Did you read, since you were talking about this Thursday, did you read that Predator Badlands comic that Marvel put out?
I did not. I saw people talking about it, and I don't know. I don't know why I didn't read it, actually, because it's like I've seen the movie. It's not like it was going to spoil anything, and I think was it a prequel or was it like after the fact?
I believe it was a prequel.
Okay.
It was a prequel.
Yeah, it was a prequel. Okay. So yeah, it wasn't like it was gonna spoil anything for me. Clearly I'd already seen the movie by that point. I don't know why I didn't read it. And, I'm not gonna hold you. There's lots of okay, I'm gonna tell you a funny story.
All right. Let's go.
And this should tell you how Ernie doesn't pay attention when he's just picking up random books off the shelf. So when I go in the shop, I'm gonna tell you what happens. This is what happens. So I walk in, my people behind the counter. They come to me to the counter with my bag of comics, place them on the counter for me, like you do. And then I spend the rest of my time in the shop going up to the shelves and being like, oh, that looks cool. Let me get that. Ooh, that was cool. Let me get that. Ooh, that was cool. Let me get that. That's what I do. So when I got home, I realized I had in my stack that I did not actually pick up.
What was that?
This. The Adventures of Superman, Book of L, number 3. I actually did not pick this up. I'm going to tell you what happened. This was behind... Where'd it go? There it is. It was behind this. So when I picked it up off the shelf, I accidentally grabbed the other book. Didn't mean to. I was fine with it. I wasn't even really paying attention. So it was kind of one of those things that, it happened. It happened sometimes. I didn't care.
Yeah.
And what was kind of funny about it is I actually I'd read the first issue of that series. I just, for whatever reason, forgot that the second one had come out. But now that I have that one, I'm like, okay, well, cool. Let's go back and get the second one. But yeah, it is what it is. It happens. But yeah. Well, and here's the thing. And I will address this. Because I saw Seal bring this up. So here's the thing. With the white Black Panther. And I think Carter will also tell you this. So this shot right here, you're not supposed to like Katama. You're not supposed to like him. He is also not the hero of the story. Just putting that out there. So, and this is something that, when everyone was, having the discourse about the white Black Panther and the Ryan Gosling of it all or whatever the hell, this is why, and, go back and watch. I did a video about this, that I'm perfectly okay with there being a white Black Panther if they're the bad guy. And Katama is the bad guy. 100%.
Oh, no, man. All I see is my white brethren wearing the Black Panther outfit with the John Woo dove coming off his finger. That look like a good guy to me. That look like a hero to me. They're cheering his name. Don't worry about that bottom portion. I can say it.
Yeah.
He look like a hero to me, dog.
Yeah, no, he's I even say go back and look at I think it was issue 2.
Don't do that to him, Elite. Don't do that to him. That's just his Halloween costume. Don't do that like that's just some shit he bought from Spirit. He is the hero of Wakanda. Watch your fucking mouth, okay? They are cheering for him while he got the John Woo dove coming off his fucking finger. So no, respect.
Well, no, you are 100%. You are 100% right to feel as though something was off about the whole scenario. But yeah, I always want to remind people. Look at. I always like to remind people of this image right here, where Katama is sitting on the throne.
That boy looks so fresh. My white king.
Notice how, and I actually thought it was funny because Christopher Priest actually told me I was one of the only people who actually pointed this out. Notice how, of the 5 people, the 5 priests behind him, only one of them looks mildly pleased that he's on the throne.
they completely don't want to be there. You
Yeah, you can tell. Like yeah, right. They're not happy about the situation. And not only that, there's more to the story. It's not it doesn't just end right there. That's what World to Come is one of those stories. You're either going to be able to get jiggy with it or you're not. So,
ooh, good shit from Jason Davis. That shot was absolutely giving Quentin Quire. I fucking hate Kid Omega.
Yeah.
That shot right there is all Kid Omega. Just replace the black folks with the fucking cuckoos. That is clearly Kid Omega.
Dude, the cuckoos, that just had me wildin'. But no, that said, yeah, I've read a great deal of stuff that, like I said, there's also some other things that I didn't fucking read. Case in point,
like the X-Men tie-ins. I saw that video.
Yeah, I read
the video on them.
Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
That was too funny.
There's gonna be some that I'm gonna stop doing videos on. There are gonna be some books I'm gonna stop doing videos on. Because I mean, look, all right, let me keep it a buck with y'all. All right, we are 2 issues in on most of those Age of Revelation tie-ins.
Yeah,
I think it's obvious now which ones are not
essential reading.
Yeah, there you go. I was let's just say, yeah, thank you. And what ends up happening here is that, like, in the case of this week, Escape the Dead Zone came out. We had Transformers came out. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees came out. We had obviously Power Fantasy and Die Loaded came out. And these are all things like I literally was like, so basically what I did, and I'll give you a little bit of a behind the scenes of what happened. I sat down, I read all the Age of Revelation shit. It was only 3 books this week, which thank God, because it was merciful. It was merciful this week. Because Unbreakable, by the release schedule, Unbreakable should have come out this week, but it's coming out next week, so thank God for that. Okay. And there were some one-shots that kind of popped up here and there, so there's going to be some weeks that'll be a little lighter than others. But yeah, I think by this point, by the time when we get to, 2 weeks from now, we will know fully whether or not some of these books are worth our time. Because at the end of the day, I feel like it's mean-spirited of me now at this point if I keep bringing some of these books up that are clearly not essential and still like dictating whether or not they're essential or not. And and everybody has their own opinions. Like, because remember when we were talking about the Krakoan shit, there were people who were trying to argue with me, a Negro that read every single fucking Krakoa book that was coming out, terminally, mind you, and were trying to argue with me about which books were essential to understanding the Krakoan era. And I was like, bruh, I can tell you, X-Corp ain't have shit to do with shit. Dead X-Men ain't got shit to do with shit. Dark X-Men really ain't got shit to do with shit. I was like, dude, I can tell you which of these books were hell. What was it? What was that bullshit? The Captain Britain and Phoenix book.
Oh wow!
Shit to do with shit. So, like, honestly, there were very few books in the Krakoan era that were like absolutely positively essential. And having read through all of them, I think I'm a good authority on that. Fallen Angel, yeah, Pocket Sand. Thank you, LP3.
Funny thing. Since you brought up Fallen Angel, that up.
Oh God, Ernie no! Oh
God, yeah. I'm not gonna go into full detail, but Ernie and I we're just gaming, and I saw that there are people that hired this guy, to make a quote unquote custom omnibus,
right,
for Fallen Angels. Now, the reason I say custom omnibus is because Marvel never released an omnibus for Fallen Angels because it ain't that many goddamn issues.
It was like what, 5 issues?
So somebody paid to make a hardcover custom hardcover, custom dust jacket for Fallen Angels. So that's what I'm laughing at right now.
Yeah.
Did you ever get around to reading that new issue of Assorted Crisis Events that I was telling you about?
Shit, I did not. I actually did not.
Okay.
So that is on my. So I tell you what.
That boy said dirty beard. But
I mean,
that's the thing. That is a thing. Someone actually paid somebody to make and ship.
Oh, actually, I want to pull it up. Actually, here, you're gonna disappear for like a split second.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, I had to like move. I had another window like over there by you, so I actually want to pull this up because you sent me the links to it. I actually want to show them what you're talking about because I think it actually deserves to be shown. Was this the where'd it go? Was this the one? Which one of these was which? Here, I'm just gonna open them all up. Well,
it was in the Punisher one. It was in the Punisher one.
It was in the okay. That's what. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wait, is it here? Let me. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here it is. Found. Yeah, here we go. Found. Okay, so here, there you go. This is what he's talking about here. You can kind of see it right here.
Each and every one of these, with the exception, I think all of those Omnis are custom made by this individual, 21 Roy. People will pay him. He puts them together. Custom dust jackets, custom hardcover, the whole nine. But if you can see here,
oh yeah, I'll go back.
To it. If you can zoom in a little bit, you see that real skinny one in between Marvel and Infinity Origin? Yeah, right there. Fallen Angels by Heel. Yeah, somebody paid to get that done right there. You see that Captain Marvel and the Ultimates, which was never the name of that book, by the way. That's just a Captain Marvel stand right there.
Wait.
That right
I wanna go to the where I could have sworn there was an image that actually had the cover of that book.
Oh, the Captain Marvel joint. I sent it to you. It's one of the links.
It's one of the, okay, yeah, here. Let me see. Can I find bam? I think is it this one? Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah,
bam.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That is custom made for somebody.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, and me being a Captain Marvel stan, I would totally have paid this motherfucker money to give me that version of that book. But however, with them tariffs, yeah, no, I'm good.
Hey, you can see what he in there for you for that there.
Mm-hmm. This is because it says it collects Ultimates number 1 through 12, Ultimates 2 number 1 through 8, plus issue 100, free Comic Book Day Civil War 2, Contest of Champions 7 and 8, and material from Avengers 0 and Contest of Champions number 6. Dude,
even this dude putting these books together better than Marvel are doing.
Man, what are you saying? What are you saying? Dude, I'm telling you, I saw a thing the other day. There was a young lady who had posted something on Threads talking about how, like, she used to just make movie posters just for, like, fun. Yeah. And it went from, like, her movie posters going so viral that now she makes, she actually makes posters for Hollywood studios now. She did one for I think she did one for Thunderbolts and somebody else, so on and so forth, Star Wars, all kind of bullshit. I feel like motherfuckers who are doing shit like this, they're going to wind up doing work for like Marvel or DC. Because I'm sorry, there's no way that Marvel and DC are beating the charges that this motherfucker ain't eating their lunch.
So here's the thing I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to tell you because you're a Memphian.
Yeah.
So there was a guy. This is back in the day. He was on 3rd Street. I don't know what 3rd Street is, might have been. But he used to sell bootleg movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
The reason I bring him up is because in order to entice people to buy the bootlegs from him, because he sold VHS bootlegs and DVD bootlegs.
Okay.
He would make it a point to make DVD covers, not like the GameStop shit that y'all are used to, where it's just Need for Speed, some blue paper.
Yeah.
No. the movie poster. On the back was a shot from the movie, a bunch of people that are starring in the movie. He would make VHS covers with the poster from the movie with information and have a fake barcode on there. So all you gotta do is just have the VHS drop out. He used to make those to entice people to buy the bootlegs from him. Fun fact, my grandmother and my mom bought hella bootlegs from the dude.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? And I can actually tell you, I've seen those. I've actually seen those bootlegs. And here's the thing. We're talking about at a time where motherfuckers had to like use up printer ink to make that shit. Like, come on now.
And that's the funny part about it, Ernie. On 3rd Street, there's a little strip mall, right? Like it was a Rainbow, some other bullshit. But he would sell the bootlegs in that strip mall. Why would he sell the bootlegs in that strip mall? Because there was a library right at the end of the strip mall where he would go to print out your DVD case, which all the posters and shit on there.
It's a crime with
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. His name was Black. Yes. Class. Just a classy man. Ernie gonna die over there. But with all that being said, do we have any more super chats while he over there laughing and also trying not to choke and blow his fucking nose? So let me see here. Let me see. We got Black Phoenix being a Blerd Club Gold member for 22 months, saying happy Saturday, Blerd Koa. Cole Burke with the $4.99 said it's been a minute. Life happens. Get them likes up. And we got HAO with the $9.99 saying C-Train. I cannot stand that y'all remember that. The Blerd with no filter and E-Man, the Blerd with compassion. What is the best Avengers run beside Jonathan Hickman's run? And smash that like button like the pumpkin in the White House. I feel you, bro. The best Avengers run? So here's the thing with that. Hickman's run is really the only Avengers run that I have read because I was really enjoying his new Avengers with the Illuminati and stuff. And then when it led up to Infinity, Hickman made it a point to where you had to be reading both books to get a complete story. Bendis didn't have that problem because the Avengers book and the new Avengers book were two completely different entities.
Because like Mighty and New.
And you had Mighty Avengers as well. And then you had Captain America and the Mighty Avengers, which was the Sam Wilson cap with Luke Cage, Superior Spider-Man, Blade, Spectrum. I can't remember who else was on that team. The only negative about that book was all the art was done by Greg Land, so everybody kind of looked the same. But I have only really read 3. I've read bits and pieces of Bendis' stuff because I'm like, why is the Thing on the Avengers? So that was one reason I read that, because I saw that cover at a Barnes and Noble and it was like the Thing, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, and Wolverine. This is a very nasty combination of people. What is this book about? But with Bendis coming back to Marvel to do Avengers 800, I believe is what it was.
Yes.
I'm
like
gonna lead
Bendis' Avengers.
Okay. Adjectiveless, New Avengers, or Mighty? Because I think Mighty was the one that I wanted to read because Century was on the Mighty one, but please.
Yeah, I read all of them. I think I don't know if I've talked this before, but Bendis was actually kind of instrumental in getting me back on comics around that time frame of like Secret Invasion, Dark Reign, Siege, all that stuff. Like I was fully tapped into the Bendis era of everything. So that's why I always have so I always get a little iffy. You know, like when my alarm bells kind of go off. Like I get that I get that alarm bell kind of vibe when I see someone saying that when they try to say that, oh yeah, nah man, Bendis is mid, or you know, he's not good. He doesn't have what it takes. He doesn't know how to write he doesn't know how to write a story. Yeah, that's when I get that. Yeah, that's when that happens. And I'm like,
Oh,
oh no, you have. I'm like, oh, at that point, I'm like, nah, you ain't read no Bendis.
yeah.
I was like,
completely
Bendis.
forgot about one.
What's that?
I've read an Avengers run from him, but it was Dark Avengers. I did
Yeah,
read Dark Avengers.
yeah, Dark Avengers. That's not
I
like I said.
completely forgot about
Like
that.
all of that, like Mighty, New Avengers, Dark Avengers, whatever, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That ecosystem that Bendis was playing around in
Yeah.
at that time, like I was terminally dialed in.
Yeah.
On a similar fashion, like if I were making content back then,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably have made as many videos about his Avengers as I would have of the Krakoa era X-Men, if that tells you anything.
Okay. I'm shocked that nobody brought up, and I think the only reason I'm shocked is because I never knew this was a thing until I saw it in the bargain bin at my comic shop yesterday. I didn't know Jeff Johns did Avengers for a minute.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember how long it was.
That said so much.
I'm sorry.
You did it.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember how long though. That's why I'm kind of like. I mean, I was like, if he did, it couldn't have been like. Here, I want to look it up.
Yeah.
I want to look it up. I want to look it up. It's how long did he? Ooh, God, Lord have mercy. Yeah, no, no, I'm good. I'm good. Some things should stay in the past.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I just I saw it and I was like, oh, it was that one. Yeah, because I'm looking at it on Amazon right now.
Oh, no, I've seen that shit in the bargain bin plenty of times. I know I want that Omni for some. I don't know why. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Wait a minute. When did this originally come out?
Oh, don't ask me that question.
2002. Wait. Ooh.
What?
I remember when this was. When this was. When was Avengers Volume 3? When was Avengers Volume 3? That was like 90. Ooh! That was a nasty era for Avengers. Ugh, disgusting. Absolutely positively disgusting. Gross. Nasty work. That was back when the team was the whitest it had ever been.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good on that. I'm good on it. Let me ask you this. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
No, I was going to read the super chat, but go ahead, please get it.
Oh, no, what you got?
We got a 5 from LP3 saying, "What up, Cave? How y'all feeling about Marvel Cosmic Invasion? Have y'all played it? Yes. And who are your favorite characters?" Right now, I can only go off of the demo. Because had I played the whole thing, I'd probably would have said like Cosmic Ghost Rider, some such shit. But just off the demo, I did enjoy Venom and She-Hulk. I did enjoy that.
Storm and She-Hulk.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't play a lot of Wolverine. I played a little bit of Nova. I more so wanted to play a co-op and not by myself. But yeah, we know about it. It comes out the day before my birthday, funny enough. Because I think it comes out December 4th, if I'm correct.
It does.
I think
I think so.
So yeah.
I think you are correct. Let me let's not live
what
in
I
ignorance.
have tripped off of with the trailers and stuff that have come out about that game is how many animations, if you've played Marvel vs. Capcom, you can tell certain animations and attacks that they do that are ripped from that game. That's pretty cute.
December 1st.
I do think that. Oh, December 1st. Okay.
It's still like right before your birthday.
But yeah, thank you for that 5, Pimp. And yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. I'm just hoping that the DLC is plentiful. I need a lot more characters in that game. I think it'll be fun, and I hope to play it longer than Shredder's Revenge. Not knocking Shredder's Revenge, but I do hope it has some lasting power more than Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge, I mean, once you beat it, even like take into account like the other characters, once you beat it, it's kind of a wrap. It's done. It's big done after that.
Yeah.
Let me ask
I
you.
know it'll be. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, you said you didn't get a chance to read Die, right?
Die and Power Fantasy. I've not gotten to read.
So
yet.
what we're gonna do, I actually want to come back to those books next week once give you a chance to get those, because I actually really wanted to ask. Man, now I only want to ask now because it'd be a spoiler.
Okay. Off which book? Die or
Die?
Power Fantasy?
Off Die.
Okay.
Really, Power Fantasy. I have a question, but I'll ask you that one like off.
But yeah, let's wait until next week since it just came out Wednesday. Yeah, let's do that.
Next week, like the Power Fantasy, I'm gonna ask you off mic. Period. But like for Die, when you find out how those folks get snatched into the game, I really can't wait to see.
And Mr. January 16th, he's saying respect for the Power Fantasy recommendation. You are absolutely welcome, my guy.
Hell, did I tell you my books came in like almost right after we got off the show?
Oh, because you went on InStock.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep. They showed up, and because like I had the singles. I had the singles. Now all 13, but I had at the time I had everything that was released plus 12.
Yeah.
But got these in, and the funny thing about them is you can tell by the time they got to that second trade, they knew they needed to tell you who all these characters were, because it was too many motherfuckers for everybody to be keeping up with.
So to try to get this out of the way real quick, we do have 2 questions in the Discord. Just
knock them down.
All right, we got the first one here from Qdoma saying hello, Carter and Ernie. Hello, Carter and Aaron. Ernie. Hope you're having a good day. Question of the day: have there been any movie projects on Kickstarter that you've considered supporting? Me, no, because every time I go on Kickstarter, I immediately want to see what comics people are doing, and everything is just really pervert. It's just really pervy. So I don't go on Kickstarter like that. But Ernie, do you know of any movie projects on Kickstarter that you've considered supporting?
No.
Okie doke. Next question here from.
I'm gonna say why though. Because the ones I have seen use generative AI, and I don't rock with that shit.
Okie doke. Oh, nasty. Last question here from the homie Melvin. Greetings, USB, the United States of Blerd Nation. You got to clean that up a little bit. For 7 or 8 years, we have seen an uptick of Black animations from Black creators on the come up, like our favorite Ianu, which I got my little cousins to watch and they loved it. That's great to hear. So I have to ask, has there been any more Black animated shows on the horizon that have caught your eyes? Be blessed, stay dangerous, and don't end up on somebody's watch list. I think he's talking about LP3. Peace. Okay.
I was just saying Invincible Fight Girl, definitely one.
Yeah.
Invincible Fight Girl was lit.
Catch up on that. I want to see if the little fake ass Shaggy got hurt or is written off or something. I really hated that boy on that show.
Wait, the one that's trying to be her,
trying to be her manager. Shit, I
Mm.
hated that little white boy. I wanted him dead. That fake ass Shaggy dude. Get the fuck out. I hated that boy.
I will say this much: that motherfucker ain't going nowhere.
Ew.
Unfortunately. Oh wow! I just realized something. My what's his face is not turned on. There it is. I realized my power must have. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, power blinked last night. I forgot about that. But yeah, I looked up. I was like, why is my what's his face not on? I was like, oh shit.
Well, yeah, Invincible Fight Girl is a good
Carry
one. Are there any more? I don't know of any more.
Yes. So fuck. What was the name of that show? To be fair, this show I don't think is on anymore. I think it kind of, or at least to my understanding, I feel like it was kind of I think it got kind of one and done.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Shit. Well, we know this was the last season. Was the Proud Family, Louder, Prouder? That one, kind of came and went. They didn't even advertise it.
But no, anything on the horizon? Anything coming? Not that I'm aware.
There was supposed to be a spinoff for Craig of the Creek. I don't know if it actually ended up coming out or
Oh,
not. But
okay.
But it was supposed to be like about the little. The little, I think it actually did come out, but I think there was supposed to be something else related to Craig of the Creek. I think.
Yeah.
I'd have to. Here, let's see here. Let's see here. Okay, no, that show came out. Which tells me a lot that I didn't hear a lot about it. Not that it was bad, but that it literally, I don't think it went more than a couple of seasons. If it went I think it just, or maybe just a season. But because David Zaslav is with animated shows, especially if they have black people in them. Animated shows about black people. I was looking to see if there was any more. I knew that there was another one. There was a show and it was coming on HBO Max, and I cannot find it to save my life. And it's pissing me off because I remember the woman who put the show together was talking about it, and like it was one of those things like HBO was not promoting the show like at all, to the surprise of no one. But it was like when I say adult, I don't mean like there was fucking in it. I mean like just it was an adult animated show. I guess was a way to put it. Hold on, wait a minute. Wow, I did not know about that show. Talk about things that I'm just now learning about.
What's that?
Dude, no, there was a old show from like 2004 that I saw that I was like, oh shit.
See, we gotta go that far back because there's nothing on the horizon. Good God.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like I don't like other than like more Ianu, I don't really see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
that makes me sad.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was all the questions that we had in the Discord.
Oh!
Did you see any in the chat? What you remember?
I did. I was gonna say, like, I meant to bring this up before we got into the questions. Wanted to remind everybody that we got the final episodes of Dispatch that came out this week. Highly recommend. Go play them. It was really fucking good.
Now, was it a thing where if you buy one time you get all the episodes, or where you have to pay for the episode? Okay, cool.
No. If you buy the game, you have everything. It's just that if you bought it when it first came out, you only got the first 2 episodes. You had to wait till the next week and the next 2, and then the next 2 and the next 2. But now all 8 episodes are out. They're relatively short. Because it's like watching an episode of an animated TV show. So you'll probably spend no more than like 20, maybe 30 minutes on like a single episode. The last episode is a fair bit longer than some of the other ones just because there's so much shit going on. But I still stand by my original statement that I wish they would separate the actual like game from the rest of the story, because the gameplay is actually pretty interesting. It's a very interesting little kind of, it's not a gameplay loop, but like it's an interesting little like how you manage all the heroes and determine where you're gonna send like who where. Like I feel like by the time that I got like halfway through the game, I kind of finally got more of a like a better understanding of how the whole system works.
Gotcha.
But yeah, highly recommend it. Love it. It'll make you feel some shit. Also, if you're here, I would imagine you're a pretty big comics fan. If you're a comics fan on any level, you'll see a lot of stuff that you'll be like, oh, dude, that's that.
Okay.
And it's all the Critical Role people doing voices, as you would probably expect.
Okay.
Also, I will say there's a bar fight. I think it's an episode like 3 or 4 or some shit. I can't remember exactly where, but or it might actually be one of the later ones. It might be 5 actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Actually, I think it is in episode 5. Point is, that part's not important. What is important is that I really laughed my ass off at the character Prism.
Okay.
Because there's a part where she uses her power, she controls light, and she creates a flash right in somebody's face. And this guy's like, I'm temporarily blinded. And she's like, nah, I blind you. You blind forever. And that shit fucking killed me. Loved it. Absolutely fucking loved it. Anyway.
Okay.
Black Dazzler? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. That was, let's see.
We do have we got $4.99 from HL, who is apparently a Saints fan. He said, shit. What's a good Luke Cage run? And love y'all continue. Good Luke Cage run. Yeah, I would say from the Bitterroot team of David F. Walker and Sanford Green, I'd say Power Man and Iron Fist. I think it was 3 trades long. Another one that I don't see a lot of people talk about, and I thought it was fun when it was coming out, or I think it's not as known, was I think it's Gendy Tartakovsky. That's who did Powerpuff Girls. That's who did Primal on Adult Swim right now. He wrote and drew a Luke Cage book that was during Marvel Now, I want to say.
Yes, it was. It was. Okay. I actually read it recently because of research I was doing for a Dr. Voodoo video.
No, okay. So yeah, those would be 2 that I would give you that I read. And that Jenny Tartakovsky joint, that was a while back. I couldn't figure out if it was all new, all different, or if it was Marvel Now. And I think it was Marvel Now, because that's when Elektra had her book that I really, really liked.
That was you are correct, I believe. Yeah. The only reason I read it because there was a thing about Daniel Drum that came up in that because it was just called Cage.
Yeah, it was just called Cage.
It was just called Cage. But the only reason I actually like had to read it wasn't necessarily because it was like, oh my god, there's just like so much Dr. Voodoo shenanigans in this. It was one of those where like they actually kind of codified an aspect of Daniel Drum in that book that doesn't really get addressed anywhere else.
Okay.
Which was pretty interesting. But yeah, like when you look at it, it's like, oh man, this shit looks just like a fucking it looks just like a like you watching some Samurai Jack or some or whatever the fuck else. Like it just that's basically what it is. That said, man, yeah, I got a couple of questions here. I got a couple.
Okay, let's go.
I got a couple that we got here. We can run through them right quick. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do iTunes News. This question: would Dispatch work as an actual comic book? I think it would. I mean, honestly, it's very much it's pretty much Suicide Squad. Like take Suicide Squad, Thunderbolts. Because all of the characters, not all of them, but all the characters who you are dispatching, they're all villains. They're all villains that, like, because basically what they did, they have this thing that's called the Phoenix Program. It's supposed to be an opportunity for people who were villains to turn it around and try and become heroes instead. And basically, it's an experimental group, and everybody that's on your team, like, literally everyone on your team, is a bad guy. All of them. Okay. Every last one. There's not a single hero on your team when you start that game. They are all bad guys. So yeah.
It's like the Brotherhood of Evil if they go to rehab.
Right? Yeah. And also if Jesse Pinkman was your Rick Flag. There you go. Because basically because Jesse Pinkman, he's not Jesse Pinkman, but Aaron Paul, who plays the main character, Robert, he basically is the handler for those villains. So yeah, he kind of has to be the one to corral them. So yeah, he's the Rick Flag, and like Blonde Blazer is like if Amanda Waller were Captain Marvel. There you go. Okay. And yeah, all the characters in there are who you think they are. Punch Up is Wolverine without claws. Flambe is Human Torch, but way more flamboyant. Malevola is Magic. Prism is Dazzler / Monica Rambeau. With a little bit of Misty Knight sassiness. You can just keep going down the list of all the different characters. Anyway, that said, I do think it would work as a comic book. I think it would actually work even better if they just made it an animated TV show, similar to the other Critical Role stuff like Mighty Nine, Legend of Vox Machina, or like the stuff that Amazon's doing with the Invincible series. Because Dispatch, I will go ahead and say right now, it has the same, like if you've ever watched Legend of Vox Machina, or the recently, I guess because technically they released the first episode of Mighty Nine free on YouTube. If you've ever watched either of those, you know how irreverent Critical Role can be and how much they do not shy away from nudity or jokes about sex, like crude humor and language and excessive violence. Well, if you can get jiggy with that, you can get jiggy with Dispatch, because it's the exact same thing, only it's the original Telltale Games devs who made the game, and Critical Role is basically putting their money and their voice actor power behind it. It's basically what's going on there. Basically, I would even say, man, shit, Invincible doesn't even go as hard as Legend of Vox Machina and the Mighty Nine do when it comes to being crude. Like there is literally one character who his whole thing is that he's a radioactive man. He can't wear clothes. So guess what he walks around in? His fucking birthday suit. Just dick and balls just out for everybody to see.
Okay, do we have another question? Good God. Radioactive dude just free balling it. Ugh. You see another question? Good Lord.
Yes, I do. We've also got this is the infamous Mike Manhattan.
Okay.
Let's see here. Actually, you know what? There's here it is. Yeah, did y'all ever read Joe Casey's All America Comics from Image? It was a one-shot where Casey pulled a Steve Gerber and made a legally distinct America Chavez. You mean kind of like how he made a legally distinct Youngblood in Blood Squad 7, which I find funny that they have Image put all that love behind Blood Squad 7 and now are trying to pretend like they really want Youngblood to be a thing again. Hate to see it. But yeah, I do remember it. It was kind of strange that
it was America Vasquez.
Yeah, America Vasquez. Well, I mean, because you can do that shit. I mean, you can make a legally distinct because shit, they do that shit all the time. Shit, in some cases they didn't even make them legally distinct.
Look at all these shits they do with they do it with movies plenty of times. Instead of Transformers, you getting cyborg vehicle robots or some shit.
An actual title I saw, Transmorphers.
Yeah.
Transmorphers, which was nasty work. If you ask me.
There was an adult version of Predators called Spredators. So yes, they tend to do that.
Or was it? Or I remember when the AVP movies were large at charge, Alien versus Hunter. Yeah, disgusting. Anyway, G Martinez Mac says, question: Did they ever decide to correct Luke Cage's haircut, because that bowl cut is nasty work? No,
that bowl cut was a variant cover from Hyuk Lee. I always have to make the goofy sound every time I see his name because of how goofy that bowl cut was on Luke Cage. That was just a variant cover for the Ultimates issue. So you don't ever have to worry about seeing that monstrosity ever again.
Yeah, I think that was gonna I think Lee did a really good job switching over to doing those Marvel Rivals. Was it because he was the one that did the street variants, right?
I believe so. Yeah. When you showed last week. Yes.
I think it was wise for Lee to go that direction and also wise to not showcase any black man without something on top of his head. I think it's good to know that you have shortcomings.
When ain't nothing on top of their head, that ugly ass Luke Cage shit you did. No.
I mean, look, it's good to know your shortcomings. Like for me, I don't like drawing feet, very similar to Rob Liefeld, so I find ways to not have to do it. I don't like drawing hands either, so, I mean, if we keep it a buck, I like to kind of hide them hands too. But the thing is, I just try and do them more cleverly than drawing clumsy-ass, ginormous guns over them. Or doing like I got you with the claw. Like, wait, was it what? Wait, why is it making me think of like what was it, Kill Bill Volume 2, where old girl like did the and then plucked the eye out of old girl's head? Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Like when you do this, got the eye. Ooh, your eye's gone.
Oh my god, that shit, bro. Ugh. That part still gets me. Then you put your bare feet on somebody's eyeball. You net. Anyway, do you have another question?
Yeah, please. Yes. We got another here. This is Bill says, question. Have you heard that a Moonstar #1 issue was secretly revealed in the recent Echo one-shot? It was meant to be released in January, and an artwork for the cover was shown there. No. This is news to me.
Is it ever going to come out, or is it going to go the way of that Ironheart book that was supposed to come out?
Right? I have so many questions.
Let me not be mean.
Well, I mean, look, I might actually ask about that because I'll be talking to Stephanie.
You doing what Gavin did with the goddamn Paul Dini name drop. Now look, I'm talking to them on Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I am. I'm not gonna lie. I would like. Here's the thing. I would love to see a little Danny Moonstar action. I mean, I find it egregious that has she ever had a series? I don't think she's ever had a series.
Let's not pretend that she has ever had a series and ain't been nothing more than a new X-Men for 45 goddamn years. She's been new for 72 relaunches. She's been new. So,
I mean, you ain't wrong. Look, I'm skimming. I'm skimming her publication list. I'm skimming it right now, bro.
I just found the name for this episode on Spotify.
Was oh god!
So you don't like drawing feet big time? Somebody felt the need to refer to you as Blerd Without Fear. Yep, that's the name.
Oh man, you know what? Honestly, I walked into that one, so I accept it.
We're gonna have a comic coming out called Blerd Bloods, Black Bloods.
Hey, you know what? Black Bloods, let's go. Yeah, I think if Claremont did a one shot, I would believe that. But like, I don't think she's ever had like a full on book, like a book.
Yeah,
like I don't think she's like I said, I'm looking through here. I've not seen not a single one. Okay. I see all kinds of X-Force, X-Men, young X-Men, New Mutants. I see all kind of bullshit. I do not see a single solitary miniseries, nothing like, which is kind of nasty work when you think about it, because like she's a pretty popular, like, you know, of the new, like the actual title New Mutants. She's one of the more popular ones, and yet. Look, Magic done had like at least 3, 4, 5 series by this point. You know, been on like I don't know how many goddamn versions of the X-Men. But none of the native characters, none of the indigenous characters can get any love. That's wild. That's nasty work. Not gonna hold you. Meanwhile, Warpath and Danny just like, we just here, right? You just gonna leave us on the res, huh? Okay, cool. But anyway, I got nothing else. I don't think I have anything else. Unless I missed something. I don't think I missed anything. Did I? No, I did. I missed one. We got one last question. Is there a book or series that you're crazy about, but others feel complete opposite, and for the life of you, you can't understand why? Man. I tell you what. Technically, there is. Carter, what you got?
I'm gonna let you finish first. It was just, okay. I saw a Reddit thread about this, and it's about something you have mentioned that you've been reading.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, okay. So I'll say for me, well, I don't feel like people dislike the story. I don't want to make it sound like it's a book that people are shitting on. But like I could just never seem to get people to go to it. I mean, it's a good book, solid book, great book. We've talked about this book. But like, and people will come to me and be like, "Oh man, I'm such a huge wrestling fan. I'm such a huge wrestling fan. Oh my god, I love wrestling. Love wrestling." And I say, "Oh well, cool. You should redo a Powerbomb." And then for whatever reason, people just don't gravitate towards it.
Ooh, I got one for you, and it's right behind your damn head. I just thought about it. I need to buy it. Strange Adventures.
Oh yeah.
Strange Adventures. That's another. Is a really good book, but people hate how Adam Strange is. They don't like his character in that book. They don't like the wife in that book. Another one that people feel like that for, which it shocks the hell out of me, was The Human Target from Tom King. They think that book is terrible, and there was all kind of poor characterization in that book from Guy Gardner, the way he wrote Guy Gardner in that book. But I first heard it on Strange Adventures. People shit on Strange Adventures, and I don't get why, because that's what started my rabbit hole dive into Mr. Terrific, because Mr. Terrific was cold in that book. But give me one.
I changed my answer.
Go ahead. I've been looking at that. Is that Gang War? Oh, Captain Marvel.
No. Kelly
saw
Thompson's
the
Captain
yellows.
Marvel.
I thought it was really?
Yeah, because like I tell people all the time, like, man, dude, like, because people always be like, man, Captain Marvel sucks. She's a terrible character. She ain't got no good story. She ain't got no good books. I'm like, well, there's this one. There's this one right here. Kelly Thompson's Captain Marvel.
That woman is going to forever pay for the sins. Oh, we just brought it back around. That woman will forever pay for the sins of Brian Bendis and Civil War II. People will never, ever let that shit go. Just like you and everybody else, keep your foot on Xavier and Reed Richards' necks for that old shit. People will never, ever, and it's so fucking stupid because Carol Danvers is great, if we're being honest here.
Yeah,
but Civil War II is always going to be that one thing, to the point where it's motherfuckers that don't read comics that are always going to bring up Civil War II for why they don't like Carol Danvers.
Well, no, because for me, like I always tell people, I've liked Carol Danvers since like when she was Ms. Marvel, to the transition to Binary, back to like even when she was Warbird, when she was on the sauce heavy and had to be taken off the team because she was coming to work because she was trying to superhero while drunk. Even back then, like Carol has always had like a very interesting story arc to me, and I always laugh because the same people who I would sometimes see like criticizing Captain Marvel say, "Oh, she's a shitty character. I liked her better when she was Miss Marvel." Nothing changed. She's the exact same character today that she was then. The only difference is that between then and there,
mini skirt, you fucking pervert.
No, they want that bathing suit. They want her in that little one piece with the thigh high boots.
Yeah, that's what y'all wanted, you fucking freaks.
Because I can promise you right now, most of the people, and I've talked to a good deal of these of these people, you just in the past because of like comments on videos and shit like that. But I remember when Carol was back in the bathing suit with the thigh high boots and shit like that. See, here's the problem. They want this This is Captain Marvel they want. This is the one they want. They want this. They want her being the thick junt with the thighs out, with the cheeks swinging and clapping, and with titties hoisted up and served up. That's what they want. They want that. But and here's the thing: the absolute second that she came out, as like when she cut her hair, and it started moving and shaking. As Captain Marvel, soon as they saw this, they're like, nah, I'm out. She cut her hair. She looks like a boy now. Like, first off, anyone who sees a woman with short hair and just automatically assumes boy, you're telling on yourself. You're telling on yourself.
I don't know who. I think it was JMS. Maybe it was Greg Rucka. But I remember when something like this happened with Wonder Woman. It was before New 52, I want to say, but everyone was enjoying Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was Wonder Woman, and then they gave her pants.
Yeah,
I think that was the only change was they gave her pants.
She had pants. Yep.
And people had a fucking fit. I'm reminded of, and that happened recently in video games with Street Fighter 6. You pick Cammy. Cammy got on jacket and jeans. She ain't got the classic, and people rioted in the fucking streets. So, and it's literally a wardrobe change, and it's still the same character, but you mad now, and that shit always tickles me.
It's so fucking stupid. I fucking hate it.
It always tickled me.
And the thing is, it's like, I can tell you, like I said, as a lifelong Carol Danvers fan, her personality has literally, with the exception of Civil War II, never changed. She is still the same character, same core values, and if anything, she is only improved as a character, just based on how she's gotten past her alcoholism, she has gotten past her loner complex, when it comes to dealing with bigger issues. She's opened herself up more to relationships and love. She has more healthy relationships in her life now, and she still maintains, I think, an even stronger bond with the X-Men than she ever had before. And that was back when Rogue snatched her fucking powers, and she used to hang out at the X-Mansion every fucking day. So yeah, I think that people like that. So yeah, that's one of them. Like I constantly have to, whenever I have to defend Captain Marvel's honor, and people are talking about, Captain Marvel ain't got no. First off, Captain Marvel has several really good runs. There's a reason why the character has lasted as long as she did. I would love to remind people.
Thank you.
What was that?
It was the Wonder Woman I was thinking of. It was JMS. It was J. Michael.
J. Michael. Okay. Yeah. That.
Yes, it was.
Which once again, just to really kind of send it all home.
Yeah.
A costume don't mean shit to me. It really don't. Like a costume does not mean fuck all to me whatsoever. So when I see that Wonder Woman's got pants on, I don't care. It's the same thing that happened like when Rogue. I remember when Rogue went back to. Remember how Rogue was in the classic '90s fit for so long, and then like she switched back to like one of her older costumes from like it wasn't her original. I don't think it was. It was kind of. She kind of slick went back to her original look basically.
Yeah.
Where she was wearing like she was kind of wearing like it wasn't baggy clothes, but she just wasn't necessarily rocking like the titties weren't always on serve. They weren't always on offer like they were when she was in the classic 90s suit and had the booty out where like she was wearing the super tight shit. Like she was wearing where she kind of had like the little, I forget what's the actual proper term for it. But basically that shit was kind of slick hanging over her butt so you couldn't really see her ass out. I remember when people got mad about that shit. And I'm like, dude, it's just a fucking comic book. Has the character been harmed in any way? Has the character been changed in any way? No? Then shut the fuck up.
There you go.
Anyway.
Yeah.
The one where she had like, it was like a hood and something. Yeah, it looked like a biker suit with the hood. Yeah, that shit. Yeah. I was like, dude, why are y'all mad?
Dog, the Wonder Woman shit was funny because the only thing that changed was she got on pants now, and Clark Kent was the one putting it on her, going in the New 52. That's how you got Superman and Wonder Woman, and people just had a fucking fit. Clark was giving her every single kind of stroke of that Kent legacy. That was the only thing that changed. But
giving her the last son of Krypton.
Sure was. But with all that being said,
anyway, yeah, that is 100% the show right there. Anyway, thank you all so much. There is going to be a new episode of Best Comics this week. That's gonna pop up after we go off the air. So make sure to keep it locked. Make sure to stay tuned because, like I said, we're not going anywhere. And I'm trying to see like if it actually will pop up. I don't know if it will, but yeah, just make sure to stay tuned because, like I said, you've been putting some love, trying to get some love into these videos. So yeah, when if you happen to scroll and you know, like I said, I'm gonna hit you with the jump scare, y'all. When y'all see this, make sure y'all tune in because I'll be talking about some books. We're gonna be talking about some shit. Also, make sure to tune in this Tuesday. I believe I forget the exact time, but just here's a good way to never miss it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell. That way you don't miss anything. But I'll be talking to Stephanie Williams about her. I'll be talking to her about her Street Shark series. That's what we're really there to talk about. But I'm also going to try and see if I can get some stuff out of her about that Ironheart series and talk to her about a couple of other books that she's got popping off. In various and sundry different places, both at DC, Marvel, and in the creator-owned spectrum as well. So and we got some other stuff too. We got some other like interviews that are going to be lining up. I just gotta actually take time, sit down, and schedule them. But anyway, with that said, Carter, do you have anything you wanted to add before we got up out of here? You didn't say anything.
Can you hear me?
No, I didn't hear you. I heard something else, but I didn't hear you.
I can't hear you. I don't have anything going on.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
Trying to see if we can get the sound just went out for a second. I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I have nothing going on. I'm finna see if Ernie wants to get on some fucking Ravens watch because that's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
But no,
I don't got nothing to do.
I'm chilling. I got more Al Ewing X-Men to read and enjoy myself.
There you go. Well then on that note, I will say that that is the show, y'all. Thank y'all so much for Carter Presents I'm the Blerd Without Fear. And since we now know what Donald Trump likes to do in his spare time, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton is